for the end for the visiting team, the Graz99ers, the Austrian national anthem. I'd like you all to be upstanding, remove your caps and hats, and join Beth Millard in the singing of the Welsh national anthem.
Wow, spine-tingling, hair-raising stuff from Beth Millard, and we're that much closer to game day 2 in Group H. Daniel Pachazik of Germany, Steph Hogarth of Great Britain, and on the lines, Ilya Kissel and Danny Beresford, experienced crew this afternoon on Free Sports. Again, Aaron Murphy alongside Paul Adey. We're excited about this goaltending matchup indeed. Ben Bounds, we know what Ben Bounds can do when he's dialed in and he's up against one of the best in this competition, in this group, Christopher Nilstorm, a longtime SHL performer, and he had a rough game against Frölunda, but got the job done. This is a man who knows how to win.
He certainly does. He's won a share of championships, and like you said, all that experience in the SHL. I mean, he's a top goalie. He's a little bit older now, but still, he can still play, and that's why he was signed by Graz99ers.
And Viola Arena will be rocking. They had a big victory on game day 1, 3-2 over Mountfield. There's head coach Doug Mason, head coach 4th year. He also is coaching the DEL, the Swiss in LA, and has coached Team Canada in the Deutschland Cup, so a very experienced coach. It will be interesting to see Andrew Lord match wits with him. We know Andrew Lord can match wits and lineups with the best of them. He's stood toe-to-toe with some of the giants of European hockey in this competition. Cardiff Devils in their 3rd Champions Hockey League campaign. We also know that Frölunda are playing Mountfield right now, so this is an important game. Cardiff on 3 points coming into this game day. Graz 2 points, Frölunda 1, and Mountfield nothing. Yesterday in Group C, Augsburg with a 3-2 overtime victory over Belfast. Luleå beating Liberec. So Augsburger, Luleå, and Belfast all on 4 points in Group C. But Cardiff, depending on what happens here, they could feel pretty confident leaving this afternoon's action atop Group H.
Well, it's certainly, I mean, if they can get another win, 6 points, they'd be looking good. You know, would have had the 2 first results at home, and that's what you want to do. Win your home games, then you try to go on the road and sneak some points out somewhere. So the Devils would be in a strong position if they can pick up a win. And they played very well over the years now in the Champions Hockey League, especially at home. Sometimes they get off to a bit of a slow start. We talked about that a little bit in the last game and previous games. We'll see what happens. Maybe Andrew Lord thinks maybe we need to get going earlier in this one.
Well, I can tell you Frölunda and Mountfield are tied. Well, not tied, there's no score. 5 minutes and change into the second period. So Frölunda, after a bit of a shock loss to this side from Graz, looking to right the ship against Mountfield, who of course dropped their opening game against Cardiff. So Cardiff in the red and Graz in the dark black. That won't make it difficult at all for us, but we're underway. Game day 2 in Group H. Cardiff looking for a better start than they had against Mountfield. They were outshot 10-5 in period 1 a few days ago. Graz trying to set the tone early. Weaving his way in is Kalber. Kalber gives the puck away to the newcomer, Sointu. Sointu to Dixon. Dixon with a hot shot, and Nilstorp. He's got the right hand catching set up. Usually most goalies have the catching glove on the left hand, but the Cardiff Devils will have something to think about there if they're trying to pick glove or blocker side. They have to realize Nilstorp is the opposite. Here's Setzinger, the captain, works it along to Vihager. Vihager was the hero against Frölunda with the shootout winner. Here's Kalberg. Kalberg over the blue line will just roll it in on bounds, and good shot control there. He deflects it to somewhere he can't be hurt on that shot in by Kalberg, but Graz get in hard on the forecheck. Johansson pinched in. Now it's King, twice a Stanley Cup champion with the Los Angeles Kings, getting the shot through. Handled by Bounds, and now it'll be Bentivolio to the swift-footed Fournier. Fournier gets it across, and one too many pass. The recipient intended was Bentivolio, but it was nowhere near him. Haddad calling for it, but it's Riley. Riley now to a Haddad. Haddad gets the shot through. There was traffic in front of the way of Bentivolio, but Graz will survive that early foray into the offensive zone from the home side Devils. Here's Fournier. 1 assist already in the competition in that victory over Mountfield. Tucks in behind Ben Bounds. Looking for the outlet pass. He's watched closely there by Grafenton. Grafenton hard in on Fournier. Fournier so quick though. And here's Langlais, a goal and 2 assists on game day 1, wearing that top scorer jersey, the blue back jersey. Hands it off to Richardson, wearing the captain's C in the absence of Joey Martin, who's week to week with an injury. Big hit from Langlais. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play. And I think Langlais ran into Kirschlager right in front of the official, and I think he's going to be called for a board.
Yeah, it looks like he's going off. And interesting to watch Graz early on, pretty aggressive against the breakout. We'll just watch the replay here. Catches him a little bit from behind, and it was a boarding call, so the referee does make the right call there. Langlais probably would have been better off letting up on that hit, but it's hard to do when you're out there trying to get the forecheck, trying to put the pressure on the corner on the defenseman.
Here we go, boys.
Unfortunately, the Devils will have to kill off 2 minutes early in the first period.
1 for 4 on the power play in their opening game for Graz, so they'll try and get going here. Here's their top scorer, Colton Yellowhorn. Dishes it off. Shot coming in from Joachim Hilding, doesn't get through. And Dixon swings it out wide to Matthew Myers. Myers in front for Dixon. Dixon holds up Myers. It was between his feet. Looking for some short-handed offense. The Cardiff Devils, we know how good Matthew Myers is on the penalty kill, and Dixon, that's a good combo up front on the PK. Here's Myers. Myers against Hilding. Holding him up, does just enough to slow the entry, but then it is indeed Yellowhorn with 3 assists in game day 1. Here's the top scorer with that blue back jersey. Yellowhorn. Back to the point to Johansson. Johansson with the shot, and Bounds will cover up, no rebound whatsoever.
Well, smart play from the point. Just drift the wrist shot in there and then try to see if you can get a deflection or a rebound, but Bounds was having none of it. You can see Bounds here just gets a hold of that puck, and he holds onto it, doesn't give up any second chance. Good job from Richardson boxing out of the net, not allowing, if there was a rebound, any second chances.
Face off to the left of Bounds. Here's Richardson. And many people saying that Richardson stepping up with the captaincy on game day 1 against Mountfield when it was announced that, of course, Joey Martin would not take the ice. Many people saying it might have been the finest defensive performance of Richardson's career, and that's saying something because he's good night in and night out, but I would agree he was magnificent in that victory over Mountfield.
He certainly was, and he logged so much ice time. And, he's a very consistent player. Game in, game out, the Devils know what they're going to get.
Ogrijenček, twice an Olympian for Slovenia. Back to the point to Setzinger. Here's Hamilton to Ogrijenček, back to Hamilton, moving it around quickly here, but still to the perimeter. 35 seconds remaining in the Longley boarding penalty. Here's Setzinger. Cross, quick one-timer, but missing was Lindner. Got it off the heel of the stick on that one-timer. Left-handed shot on the right wing. The right set up the right formation, but he had it off the heel of the blade. Now they try and force it back to the left side or to the right side of bounds, and now Setzinger will have to come in, as does Lindner. Puck comes back to the point. Devils trying to keep everything to the outside here. Lindner again. Philip Lindner across, and it's up under the bar. Good finish there by Hamilton. And it's a power play goal, or maybe, well, it just expired. I'm not quite sure. We'll look back at that. But it is a 1-0 scoreline on the goal from Hamilton.
Well, Ogrijenček found that little open area in the slot, fired a quick shot to the net. Rebound was picked up and then fired into the back of the net. But just a little quick pass out there from below the red line. Bounds makes a good save on that shot, but it just unfortunately goes right to the player coming in and fires that into the back of the net. And the Devils go down 1-0 here early in the first period. And we've seen this a lot from the Devils. They tend to go down for whatever reason at home. They go down to a goal and they seem to pick their game up. So unfortunately, they're going to have to do it again.
Well, and I was watching the clock closely. The penalty had expired, officially a 5-on-5 goal, but Longley never got back into the play, and that's why I pointed that out. It might have looked like a power play goal. It will be considered a 5-on-5 goal, but Longley was never going to get back into the defensive zone, so unfortunate there for Cardiff, as they did a pretty good job keeping everything to the outside, but technically a 5-on-4 goal, but officially a 5-on-5 salvo.
Yeah, I mean, they've looked good, the Devils, early in this game. And, you know, like they took a penalty and given up a goal, but I wouldn't be too discouraged because they've looked sharp early in the first period.
Oberkofler with an assist on the opening goal, as did Ogrijenček. Here's Pope. Pope with a shot off the pad. Here's Fournier. Longley out front, and McNamee shoveling away there. Pope comes in, and Pope had a prime opportunity in the blocker save by Christopher Nilstorp. Well, that's a good answer back from the Devils. They give up that goal just 4 minutes and 5 seconds into the contest, and they come right back with a very strong shift led by Longley, maybe feeling a bit annoyed with himself for taking that early penalty. And now McNamee digging it along for Pope. They work it back to Zuzevic, and Zuzevic will get it out. Here's Reddick. Reddick puts it up the middle off the stick of McNamee, who wanted to make a change and does so. Here's Charles Longley. Swings out to the right, using the long reach. Longley, one hand on the stick, protecting the puck, trying to work it back to Duggan. Long shift for Longley, and Duggan doesn't get that shot away. 14:25 remaining. Devils had to be careful there as Graffinton was trying to sneak in behind everybody. Myers trying to work it up the left wing, can't get it out. Back to Lindner. Graffinton in front trying to get a touch on that, and can't as well. And Graz trying to add to their lead, and both teams going a little bit back and forth here. Duggan finishes hit off on Johansson. And in our fourth game in as many days, we've seen some magnificent outings from both Cardiff and Belfast, and it continues here.
Yeah, like I said, the Devils are off to a good start. They're playing, although they're down 1-0, they're playing very well. Again, the McNamee line has been very sharp and creating some good chances. Longley and Pope, you know, getting some good shots in there, and Fournier's been out on the ice a lot with that line. He's been jumping up and making things happen. So the Devils are getting their chances here in the first period.
They'll pounce right now, a little bit of a miscue as Marjamäki tries to keep the puck in deep to Dixon. Dixon comes in, finishes his hit off. Fournier. Crowd liking that hit from Dixon. Marjamäki hard in as well. He's out there with Sointu, his former teammate in the Finnish league. Here's Sointu with the shot, and the rebound for Dixon. How does that not go in? I think Hamilton goes down to help out Nilstorp. But both Sointu and Dixon with prime opportunities to tie the match up. I think both of them will be looking skyward after that. Here's Sointu up the right side. My goodness, what an opportunity for Cardiff.
Yeah, great chance there. Marjamäki made a great pass to Sointu, and then it ended up a rebound coming out to Dixon. It seemed like he had half the net, but the puck for some reason stayed out of the back of the net.
Kahlberg with a redirect in front, that goes wide. Graz, they look really dangerous on the counterattack, so even when Cardiff gives them fits on a shift, they come right back with a strong counterattack, and that can be frustrating when you're missing your chances. And here's a good point of that. They're coming in, putting on pressure. Kahlberg looking for the screen in front on the shot from Oberkofler. We will step aside for a quick break on Free Sports. It's Graz 1, Cardiff no score. Oh. 12:23 remaining in the first period, and the visitors, Graz99ers, with the 1-0 scoreline. Hamilton is first from Oberkofler and Ogra Jensik. 4:05 into the first period. The penalty to Longley had just expired, so officially a 5-on-5 goal for Graz. After maybe what was the best shift of Cardiff right before that commercial break, they come right back and try and get out in front. Haddad trying to use his strength and balance. Here's Jardin. Jardin up the left side. Bounce pass there. Nobody home. Bentivolio will try and chase it down. Bentivolio couldn't keep it in, and Garbowski will get it out. Yellow horn in. Jardin moves the puck quickly though. And here's Reddick. Reddick to Haddad off his skate. Johansson takes over. Carl Johansson right up the middle of the ice. Graz are quick, and we go back to that counterattack point. They seem to be happy to sit back, absorb a couple of shots because they have all that faith in Christopher Nilstorp in the net, and then they come right back, and they're a smooth skating, fast group. You don't finish first in the EBEL a season ago if you're not a good skating team, but now here's Longley. Longley out front for McNamee. McNamee trying to put it under the blocker of Nilstorp. Nilstorp, of course, played for Malmo last year. If you enjoyed our SHL coverage, you'll remember him fondly. Here's McNamee. McNamee tried to jam it out to Pope. Pope takes a little cross-check there. Pope happy to go to the net hard to try and find that rebound.
Yeah, I mean, he was driving down, trying to get a quick shot away, trying to get a rebound. But you were talking about the Graz forwards, who are very quick, by the way, and dangerous on the fast break. And if you're Cardiff, you have to pay attention to that. Make sure you always have that one play. This is the play here. Zointu gets a good shot on net here, nice save, but then right there, Dixon has the net to shoot at. I don't know if the defenseman got a stick on that or not, but it looked like it hit the post. That was a good scoring opportunity for Dixon. Could have tied the game up. Unfortunately, didn't end up in the back of the net.
Well, and if you're the new guy, Matthias Zointu, you want to ingratiate yourself to the fans. You're trying to fill big shoes in the way of Joey Martin, which is almost impossible, but good shift by him there. He knows Massi Marjamäki well. They played together in the Finnish Liga. So a skilled player. He went close, as did Dixon. Here's Fournier. Fournier with the shot. It was in behind. Nilstorp. Myers looking for the rebound, and it looked like Grafenton got a stick on that to get it away from the goal line.
Yeah, what a play there from Grafenton, just to move the puck away from the net. But Nilstorp, you know, he's been solid in this first period because the Devils have had some opportunities on him.
It took a little bit of a redirect there from Oleksuk. It bounced up on Bounds. He got the right arm on him. Oleksuk with a redirect in front, and here now he takes over in the corner. Back to the point. Hamilton calling for it at the right point. Graz trying to battle on the left side though, and Dixon will punch it out over the line. Here's Fournier. Fournier, one of the best skaters in the Elite Ice Hockey League. Trying to test his way down the wall against Hamilton, loses that battle, and Hamilton gets it ahead to the smooth skating Hilding, and Hilding is taken down by McMonagle. Play goes on. McMonagle will scoop it up and out as we're past the halfway mark of the first period. 9:45 remaining. Graz with the 1-0 lead over the host side, Cardiff. Hilding off a skate. Lewis stepping up there, as was McMonagle. This is a good defense pairing for Andrew Lord. Two physical, defensively responsible players that can also jump up. Martiamaki pushing it along. Haddad in a battle with Lindner. Riley was magnificent in the victory over Mountfield with a power play goal. Lindner, though, will come away for Graz and dump it in the far corner and chasing again. They're quick on the dump and they're quick on the re-entry. Graz trying to find a second goal, but it will be Riley going down the other way, and Riley, with his strength, he's trying to bust to the outside. He will draw a penalty, and it will be the first power play to the home side. Cardiff trailing by a goal. Lindner will head on over to the Graz penalty bench.
Lindner left his stick in the feet of Riley. Riley just kind of tripped over his stick where he's going to go off for tripping. A big opportunity now for the Devils, and certainly have been getting good opportunities. Hillstorp is a good goalie, so it's gonna take a good play to beat him. You can see right there, you leave your stick in between the legs of your opponent, and guys are going to go down and draw that penalty.
First power play for Cardiff. They had 2 power play goals on game day 1. Riley and, of course, McNamee on the power play. Riley was so good in that first game, using his strength, and you saw it there, and drawing that penalty to Philip Lindner. 2 or less for tripping for Graz. Fournier swings out wide. Trying to draw double coverage, so there's going to be extra room. It's up on the point now. Richardson will keep it in momentarily as it's bounced out, and Graz looking for maybe some short-handed offense. Leaving the puck behind there was Katz, and then waving at it was Zuzevic. Richardson will chase it down. 1:15 remaining in the tripping minor to Lindner.
Well, this certainly is a skating game. You can see the speed of this game, and the players who can excel in a game like this are guys like players like Fournier, who with his speed should really get some good opportunities to move up the ice and make things happen for the Devils.
Here's a nice little pass back to Haddad. Haddad took the feed from Riley. Riley wanted to go hard to the net, but it will come all the way back to Jardin. Jardin, one hand on the stick, trying to cue it along. It comes back to Jardin. McMonagle now. Back to Jardin. Jardin, back post play, and Bentivolio with a little redirect there. Good hands. Here's Haddad. Haddad to Jardin. Jardin with the shot. And again, Bentivolio getting a piece of that. Much better sequence there from the Cardiff Devils power play, but once again, it's dumped up and down. 24 seconds remaining in this first power play for Cardiff. Here's Haddad. Haddad weaves through the neutral zone. Jardin. Sam Jardin, Kelly Cup champion with the Newfoundland Growlers a season ago. And a nice pickup. Played well on game day 1. 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Jardin on the end of a long shift will dump it in. And that'll do it. 0 for 1 on the power play for Cardiff. But they keep the pressure on, and camped out in front was Sointu. Puck never got to him, and now it'll be Joachim Hilding. 299 SHL games played in his career. He gets the entry on the right side, but gives the puck away. Here's Myers. McMonagle. 6:30 remaining in period 1. Graz with the 1-0 scoreline. Here's Myers. Down the left wing. Outside of Lindner. Myers has long blade going to the front of the net, but he's got Reddick up high. Reddick tries to go glove high and rips it off the glass.
Penalty being called, or I think it'll be a high stick at Mariamakis, who's crossing in front of that. The stick came up and caught him on the head.
We'll have a power play for Cardiff after this quick commercial break. 1-0 Graz.
You know what I mean? It was there, like you go up to Benty, but then we had no one for the cross seam. So just wait for 5. Run your options here. Let's get bodies at that net. Hey, we going down, back, up. Blinger, down, back, up to Forns, quick one. Yeah, do the face off.
.6:22 to go in the first period. Graz with a 1-0 lead over Cardiff. The good news is, though, right before that break, Lindner taking his second minor of the period. Second power play, Cardiff. 2 or less for High, sticking to Lindner. Now Fournier will take over. Good face-off win. All starts with something simple. Get that face-off well, and I jinxed him because the pass back to Fournier was well above his blade. You win those face-offs, those offensive zone face-offs, good things usually happen. Here comes McNamee. McNamee trying to work it past Kerschlager. McNamee in the corner trying to kick it along past Hamilton. Kerschlager comes in to help out. Dixon comes in to help out McNamee. A bit of a rugby scrum in the corner. Now Longley wants to move it. Here's McNamee and Dixon. 3 Devils in the corner. They get it back to Fournier, though. Fournier, the hero in the playoff final weekend last year, of course, with the game-winning goal against Belfast. Here's Longley. Cross for Richardson. Richardson. Back to Longley. Longley with the shot. It was deflected in front by Dixon. Nearly bounced to McNamee, but it came out the other side. 5:25 to go in the first. A minute to go in the power play. Fournier to Longley. Longley with the shot. He's looking for a redirect from Dixon. Dixon taking some punishment in front, but he doesn't mind that whatsoever. And it will be Kerschlager lifting it up and all the way down on bounds. McMonigal up the right side. Graz causing all sorts of problems in the neutral zone. And now a shorthanded chance for Kantz. 30 seconds remaining on this power play for Cardiff. The last thing they want here is a shorthanded chance against. And Kantz will look for another shot. He's hit by Jardin. Here's McMonigal, who had the lovely pass on the game-winning goal to Longley a few nights ago. Here's Haddad. Haddad dumps it into the corner. Jardin to Bentivolio. Bounces away from Bentivolio. And here's Riley. Riley looked like he was going to try and step out and get a stuff play, but he goes back to McMonigal. Bentivolio in front. McMonigal. Power play is over. 0 for 2. Lindner back out in the box, and now he clears the puck. A couple of good looks, though, on that second power play from the Devils.
Yeah, it did look good. You thought maybe they were going to get one.
Here's Riley. Riley finding the trailer. Oh, good shot by Marjamaki, and Marjamaki stopped by Nilstorp. Here's Marjamaki working it back to the point. Riley showing some good vision on that drop play. Myers calling for it in the corner. Now he'll send it quickly back to the point. Reddick back in for Myers. Myers takes a slash from Johansson and keeps the play moving to Marjamaki. Now being double teamed is Myers. Someone's going to be open. It's Marjamaki, but Marjamaki doesn't get to the loose puck. Pope comes in to try and help him out, but Graz will survive that chance and come away with a yellow horn. 3:25 to go in the first. Cardiff. They trailed 1-0 a few nights ago. They never panicked, and why would you? It's just a goal, and they show signs of maybe following that formula here this evening because they're coming on towards the late stages of the opening period, much like they did against Mountfield. Here's Pope. Pope trying to run some interference. Kahlberg, though, will come away for it. Kahlberg with a long shot, and a really good stop by Bounce. He smothers that because there was traffic in front from Hamilton.
Well, Bounce hasn't had many shots in the last 5 minutes or so of this game. And the Devils have been dominating, and this is on the power play. Good puck movement up to the point. Quick shot comes in. Dixon trying to screen the goalie, but Nilstorp saw that all the way. Again, to beat Nilstorp, I think you got to come down low a little bit with it and try to pass across or something. But saying that, Graz are smart. They bring 3 guys right down low to the net. They're willing to give up the high shots.
Setzinger to the hero, Vaihager. A winning goal against Frölunda, of course. Shots on goal right now, 8-6 in favor of Cardiff. Here's Hilding. Hilding cycles the puck under 3 minutes remaining. Going to the front of the net. That was a nice play by Oberkofler to get that screen in front. He was being worked over a little bit, but they know they've got to try and take away the eyes of Bounds, and he was trying to get the screen in front for the Vaihager shot. Here's Kahlberg. Kahlberg with a shot, and a good shot blocked by, guess who? Richardson. An absolute warrior. Kahlberg then takes a bump from Richardson for good measure.
Yeah, great play again from Richardson. He didn't want to come out too high because he's playing defense, and he probably could have maybe took a few steps further out, but because he was a defenseman, he didn't want to get too far out of position, but still manages to block that shot. What a great play.
Jardin throws it up the right side. Cardiff would love a late goal here. Get the Viola crowd going. There's Sointu. Sointu poke check. Sointu, give him credit, he comes right back on his man, Grafenthin, and that allows Longley to put the puck into the offensive zone. Reddick pinching in from his defensive position. Longley picks off a pass. Longley has Reddick calling for it, and here is Bryce Reddick. Back to the top scorer, Longley with a shot. Looked like it hit Johansson's stick and popped up into the ear, and now Colton Yellowhorn will take over for Graz. Rolls it across ice to Johansson, 1:30 remaining in the first period. Here's Johansson over the red line, looking for the dump in. Decides to play it back. I think Cardiff were allowing him to have the blue line. They wanted to stand him up, and then he dropped it back, so a good play by him. Here's McMonigal up the left side, kept in by Trevor Hamilton. Hamilton has the lone goal in this one. Riley sweeps it along to Big Lewis. Lewis up the right side with a minute to go in the first period. Here's Joey Haddad. Haddad trying to get past Kirschlager. Kept his feet moving, now gets it to Riley. Riley strong on a stick, wins the battle. He's got Bentivolio and Haddad out front, but he's going to try and go back to the point and does so to McMonigal. Here's Lewis. Lewis with the shot, and that never got to Nielstrup. It was a good block by Hamilton. Here's Linder. Linder with a dangerous pass out front, and Haddad tries to make him pay. Good stick by Haddad. He'll twirl and dump that right back in with about 30 seconds to go in this opening period at Viola Arena. Graz with the 1-0 lead. Here comes Katz. He'll dump it in. Myers, first man on the scene. He's got time and space. He'll drop it back to the captain, Richardson. Richardson plays it up the left wing. Mariamaki was pushed off the puck by Vihager. And now Katz with the shot. Richardson with another shot block. Almost automatic. So brave. So defensively responsible as Richardson. Here's Setzinger. Setzinger has to get his head up. Mariamaki was coming. Pope is in the corner. The buzzer will sound. It's an entertaining first period in the books in Group H action, but it will be Graz off to the dressing room with a 1-0 lead over Cardiff.
A really good first period. Really good speed out there in the ice. Both teams going up and down. And overall, I thought the Devils were the better team in the first period, created the better opportunities. Graz are a dangerous team, though. They're willing to absorb the pressure, sit back and wait, and then take off the other way quickly using the speed they have up front to try to create a quick scoring opportunity. Both goalies look good in this one, and very, very entertaining in the first period, Murph.
It was a little bit like this a few nights ago against Mountfield. Cardiff were outshot 10-5. They trailed after a period. They trail here. They had plenty of shots, though, and you made a good point. It's going to take a little bit extra to beat Nilstorm.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic goalie, and you can see the way they play in their penalty kill. They'll actually line up 3 guys in a straight line in front of the net if they have to not give any of those passes across, therefore allowing maybe some high shots, some one-time shots up top, which they feel that Nilstorp should stop. So, you have to look at that. Maybe what you can do in a situation like that is bring your point men down lower so that you're closer to the net so you can get the puck to the net quicker and giving Nilstorp less time to come across his crease. So, I'm sure, Coach Andrew Lord will look at all options next time they have a power play.
Bentivolio, 6 minutes and 45 seconds time on ice. Trevor Hamilton, who has the only goal on the board, 6:06 in the opening 20 minutes here at Viola Arena. And Hamilton, his goal assisted by Oberkofler and Oberjensik. Let's have a look back at the opening 20.
Well, this is just good, quick puck movement here. And, if you watch, comes up to the point, they throw it back, quick little shot in there, and Bounds sees it all the way. Good job again. You've been talking with Richardson. He's doing it again defensively. Keep doesn't allow a rebound there just in case Bounds gives one up, and Bounds holds on to it anyways.
Back to Setzinger now. They work it around the power play. Watch the clock. This is what I was saying in real time. They were trying to kill this off, but the goal comes just as it expires. Longley never gets back into the play, so Graz take advantage of the power play, albeit it's officially a 5-on-5 goal, and it's Hamilton from Oberkofler and Oberjensik.
Yeah, a good setup play, really down low, quick to the slot for a quick shot. Rebound comes out. Hamilton puts it in the back of the net, so it's just good, quick puck movement. Those quick little passes on your power play, and Bounds needs a little bit of help on that because he does make a good first save. Unfortunately, it goes right onto Hamilton's stick and into the back of the net.
But they come right back after that goal. They had their tails up a little bit. Longley leads the charge, maybe annoyed with himself for taking that penalty. And Fournier and company go close, but again, Christopher Nilstorp, the former standout in the SHL, making stops like this. And it was Hamilton. Hamilton went down to help out Nilstorp. So when it wasn't the goalie, it was the defenseman collapsing.
Yeah, I mean, you can see again another opportunity there. Just not able to get a stick on that. Batch is trying to get that one there, trying to reach for that, and a good clearance there to help their goalie out, Graz, on that play.
Dixon took a lot of abuse in that first period going to the front of the net. Dixon there gets a piece of that, but Nilstorp in perfect positioning, and he's a big man at 6'3", goes down, takes away the bottom of the net. Graz with a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play on Free Sports. Aaron Murphy alongside Paul Ady. Don't go anywhere. We'll step aside for a quick intermission break, more analysis, and of course, the second period coming up live after this. An exciting opening 20 minutes at Viola Arena. Welcome back to Free Sports coverage of the Champions Hockey League. Graz, the 99ers, with a 1-0 lead over the home side Cardiff Devils. Hamilton with his first 4:05 into the first period. 5 block shots for Graz as well. Shots on goal, 8-8. Cardiff 0 for 2 on the power play. Graz 0 for 1. We can also tell you that Mountfield, after 40 minutes of play in Group A action in Gothenburg, they lead Frölunda 2-1. We've already seen Graz with a bit of an upset, a shootout victory 6-5 a few nights ago over Frölunda. So Mountfield really pushing the defending champions there as well.
That's a big score line for them. They certainly need some points, Mountfield, and that's why they're going in there and playing a good game. Looking at that first period, Murph, I thought the Devils were very impressive. I thought they had an excellent first period. Where I think they could take advantage of a little bit is their outside drive to the net. Because I noticed a few of the defensemen for Graz, their pivot is a bit slow. You know, when they're skating backwards, pivot to go forwards. And I think the Devils could take advantage of that, maybe drive to the net. And sometimes you don't score in that first drive to the net, but someone coming in later picks up a rebound and knocks one in the back of the net. So that's an area I think the Devils could maybe take advantage of. I mean, Graz, you know, they're playing a good road game also on the other side of the coin. You know, they're sitting back and just waiting for their opportunities.
Let's have a look back. That's a good point by you, because remember, Riley drew a penalty on Lindner because Lindner couldn't turn quick with Riley, so something to keep an eye on. This was a power play of their own, as Longley took a penalty for boarding in that first period, but Bounds seeing the shot from the point, no problem there. Good rebound control from Bounds as well. As the power play ran down, though, it was Setzinger controlling the puck at the right point. He dishes it off. Lindner. It's the shot from Ogrienzik. The rebound skips out, and as the penalty had just expired, officially a 5-on-5 goal. Hamilton makes it 1-0.
You see so many players scoring on the power play in that space where Hamilton is on the opposite side. You just wait out there for a rebound to pop out or a pass across, and you end up getting a lot of goals. And Hamilton, you know, they're in that 1-3-1 set where Hamilton comes down into that space, and that's a nice finish from him. Good composure. The puck was rolling a little bit, so he took a little bit off the shot and put it in the back of the net.
They come right back. Longley out of the penalty box, gets it up front to McNamee. McNamee and Pope go close, but there's we talked about the different formation of the glove hand and the blocker for Nilstorp, and there's an example where they try and go high. Well, maybe they thought glove, but it was blocker, and it's hard to beat that blocker. Dixon, his shot. Hamilton going down to help out Nilstorp after a great play by Sointu. Fournier with a shot. Myers and Batch in front using their size. And Grafanthan comes in here to scoop the puck right off the line. So the Devils were around the net. Here's Richardson back to the point. Fournier starting the offense again. Dixon took a lot of punishment in that first period, trying to go to the front of the net as well.
He's always spending time in front of the net, but he knows that's where he's going to score his goals. And the Devils were getting good shots in there, but like I say, Nilstorp seems to be seeing everything right now. Maybe they might need to stick 2 guys in front of him to try to take his eyes away.
Well, speaking of seeing everything, how about our sister channel, Premier Sports? They have a great limited time offer for you, hockey fans. A £49 annual NHL season pass that lets you see 15 games a week, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the All-Star game, the outdoor game, and exclusive Stanley Cup final. Can't see it live anywhere else, plus much, much more. But hurry, as the expires today, the offer is done and dusted later on this evening, so visit premiersports.com for all your NHL season needs. I think Andrew Lord will be pretty happy with that first period. A couple of nights ago, he wouldn't have been happy with the 10-5 shots on goal against from Mountfield. Mountfield led 1-0 after 20 minutes of period. I think they were much better in this first period despite the 1-0 scoreline, and I think they'll feel like they were all around the net there. If they keep doing what they were doing in that first period and maybe, like you said, get to the outside like we saw Riley do on Lindner, then the goals will come.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. I thought they had an excellent first period, the Devils, and a much better first period than in the first game. There's still 2 periods left. I mean, they're only a goal down lots of time in this game, and the Devils seem to always get a little bit better, especially at home as the game goes along, and they'll certainly get some more chances. I mean, they're up against a really good goalie in Nilstorp, and it's going to be tough to beat him. And you can see that his team relies on him quite a bit. They're willing to give up some shots. They have a lot of confidence in his goaltending ability.
Well, there's Dave Owen, and you remember David Owen, and people call him Deese. He used to be the equipment manager of the Cardiff Devils. He's now the equipment manager of Graz99, so he'd have some inside track for the head coach, Doug Mason. And, of course, Deese was the Manchester Storm equipment manager last year. There he is. He's one of the great characters I remember around the Elite Ice Hockey League when he was still an equipment manager in Cardiff and last year in Manchester. Now, I'm sure, doing a great job with the Graz99ers, and this is a homecoming for him. I'm sure he'd love to see that scoreline stay at 1-0.
Well, I'm sure he's going to support his team and hope they come away with a victory. He is a character. We've had a few chats with him last year in Manchester. Always put a smile on our faces, and he always took the time to invite us into the room and have a coffee, and it's nice to see that he's landed on his feet in Graz.
If you like to smile, and if you like to laugh, and if you like hockey stories, Deese is your man, and I'm sure the EBEL will be better off for having David Owen as a part of Graz99. Well, there's Ben Bounds, who knows Deese very well. 9.36 save percentage. He was magnificent, a 2.00 and a 9.46 save percentage on game day 1 against Mountfield. And there's his colleague 200 feet away, Christopher Nilstorp, twice a Swedish Hockey League champion. He's played in the NHL, he's played in the American Hockey League, played for Malmo last year, and he's a big goalkeeper.
He is, and like you said, he's won championships, he's played at the top level. But, on the other side, Ben Bounds is a proven goalie, and he's been able to come away with big wins in the Champions Hockey League and with Great Britain for that matter. So it's a really good goaltending matchup, and Bounds doesn't have maybe he hasn't played in the leagues that some of these other goalies have, but let me tell you, he certainly matches up to them very well. Yeah,
and I think he'll relish the opportunity to battle twice a Swedish Hockey League champion 200 feet away. So far, so good. It was a good opening period for Cardiff. They just need to get something on the board here. They trail 1-0 as we get underway on Free Sports in period 2 from Viola Arena. You can reach out this afternoon at freesports_TV, at Murph on Ice, and of course check freesports.tv. Plenty of Champions Hockey League action coming up over the coming weeks involving Cardiff and Belfast. Longley chasing down the puck, but it's Karlberg. Karlberg played in the Swedish Hockey League long term as well. We talked about him earlier. And Sebastian Karlberg, 238 Swedish Hockey League games in his career. A World Junior Championship with Sweden, a gold medal in 2012, former second-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens. So that's the kind of pedigree up and down the Graz lineup.
Oh, no, they have a very good team and some very explosive players who put the puck in the back of the net very, very quickly. You can see the Devils in this second period being careful, making sure they have a third man back. They've realized they have to deal with that speed of Graz on the counter.
Here's Longley trying to push off his man, trying to get Johansson to turn. Maybe, as you said, trying to get out wide and get guys turning to the side. They don't want to turn, but here comes Johansson with a head of steam. He drops it back, and Johansson will go looking for the rebound. King got the shot through, but now it'll be Bentivolio getting it out of harm's way for Cardiff. Here's Haddad. Haddad down the right wing. Hard angle shot, but trying to get it up and over the blocker, the left hand of Nilstorp. And now the Graz bench wanted a penalty. They will get it. It looks like it's going to be a tripping call, or no, a hooking call rather, says Stefan Hogarth. And it will be the second power play. Well, let's have a look. Well, Fournier got the stick in on Garbowski.
Yeah, O'Reilly did one or the other, Murph, and the Devils got caught a little flat-footed there in the offensive zone,
Riley, yep.
and that's why Graz were able to break quickly, and Riley realized that and stuck his stick in there a little bit, took his man down. He knew it was going to be a clear 2-on-1. A good penalty to take in that situation.
Oberkofler against Dixon, and Oberkofler will win the draw. Back to Setzinger. Oliver Setzinger, the captain. Good power play quarterback in his career. So it's Riley for hooking. Hamilton, who has a goal in this game, scored at the expiration of a Devils penalty to Longley. Well, they are 0 for 1 on the power play. They were 1 for 4 on the power play against Frölunda. Nearly a giveaway there. Hamilton, though, will steady the ship. Oberkofler down the left side. Swings out wide. Nowhere to go there, but he does get it through to Hamilton. Hamilton runs out of real estate, tries to go around Lewis. Lewis keeps him to the outside. They go back to Setzinger. Here's Setzinger. Oh, saucer pass. It didn't quite sit flat for the captain, and he'll have to chase it all the way back down to his own goal line. 2 minutes gone. A quick blink of an eye. A few moments here in period 2. 1:05 to go on this second power play. Here's Setzinger. Setzinger, awkward looking drop pass there. I think everyone thought he was going to go deep, decided to go back across the line, and now it'll be Hilding dumping it in. Hilding for Garbowski. Hilding trying to work it out to Karlberg. To Garbowski. Garbowski pushed off the puck by Big Batch, but Karlberg will corral it, and now it's Johansson. Johansson trying to work it back. Haddad with a good active stick in the lane. Good job by Haddad on the penalty kill up at the left point, keeping everything to the outside and nearly winning that puck back. Here's Jardin. Jardin to Haddad. Haddad doing everything at that left point right now for Cardiff, and a giveaway. Here comes Haddad. 2-on-1 short-handed. Haddad lays it off for Myers. Myers in all alone. Myers stopped by Nilstorm. There's going to be a penalty on the play. Bounds will get out for the extra attacker. And what a play by Haddad to Myers, and a big stop by Christopher Nilstorm.
That was an incredible stop, and the Devils are being smart here. They're trying to take time off the original power play, and that way they'll have more time.
Oh, and a good play by Myers up front to Batch. Batch trying to work it back to Bentivolio. So the power play for Graz officially over, albeit with a goalie pulled there in an even strength situation. Now it is the third power play for Myers and company. Jardin will have to chase it back out. It's still a delayed penalty, of course, but they will have the third power play unless they get something going here. And they nearly had something there with Batch and Bentivolio. Excellent work. So this is extended power play time, or extra man on the ice time for the home side, trailing by a goal. And this is the guy you want carrying the puck, Fournier. Lugging it up ice. Back to Dixon. Dixon dishes it off. Bentivolio out front. Oh, baby! He'll score on the great play by Longley, but Bentivolio goes to the front of the net, and we have a 1-1 hockey game.
Well, Bentivolio always goes to the front of the net, and he picks up the rebound and just does enough to get enough on it to get it into the back of the net. But Longley seemed to take a little bit off the shot on purpose to create a rebound situation for Bentivolio, and just before that, Dixon pulled a nice fake. Everyone thought he was going to shoot it, and then he kicked it to the outside, and Fournier makes a nice pass up to the point. So a lot of great passing here from the Devils, and the puck ends up in the back of the net, but just great all-around hockey from the Devils, tying this game up at 1-1.
Delayed penalty goal, and I think you're right. I think Longley takes something off that. He's so crafty on the puck. That should be his third assist in the competition. And Bentivolio will get his first goal of this go-around. In 12 previous Champions Hockey League games, a goal and 7 assists for Bentivolio, so a proven point producer at this level.
Well, Bentivolio knows where the back of the net is, and he does score a lot of big goals, late goals too, for the teams he's, not just in Cardiff, but the teams he's played for in the past. But that was just a great all-around passing play from the Devils. I know it was a rebound goal in the end, but before that, quality passes all around.
Goal coming 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the second period. And Bentivolio, former New York Islanders draft pick, with a big goal. Bounds now, looking down the shot from King, didn't get through. And the puck will come up and out of play. Well, that's the way to start a second period. You kill off a penalty, and then you get that goalie out for the delayed penalty, making sure the fans are okay after that puck popped up into the crowd at Viola Arena. Appears to be okay, but Bentivolio's first should be, right now it's being credited as unassisted, but Longley should get an assist on that one. And Bentivolio, his 4th year with Cardiff, 241 AHL games played as well. He did play 1 game in the National Hockey League. Here's Jardin, up the left side. Mariamaki with a lovely feed forward, and there's Swantu trying to find that top corner, and Mariamaki, we know that those two guys played together in the Finnish league, and you could see some real chemistry right there as Mariamaki found Sointu in the flat and didn't miss by much. He's had a couple of good opportunities, the newcomer, and there's Sointu out front to Dixon. Shot careens into the corner for Reddick. Here's Sointu trying to find his legs now. He's come over here. He played in the Allsvenskan last year, helping his side gain promotion to the Swedish Hockey League. So a great pickup in the absence of Martin. Here's the shot from Kantz, and again, no rebound from Ben Bounds.
Bounds has been great, allowing barely any rebounds in this game. But you're absolutely right. Mario Macki and Sointu, they really seem to know where each other are on the ice. And Mario Macki's made some great passes in this game. And just look at the good coverage here, forcing the shot from the outside, stick down on the ice there, just taking the shot away, really. Jardin does a good job forcing everything to the outside.
And here's the delayed penalty goal scorer, Bentivolio. They never got to get on that third power play, didn't need it. They had Bounds out. They killed off essentially the penalty against, and they got Bentivolio in front of Longley, just a magician when he's got the puck. Here's Bentivolio and Riley. Bentivolio just threw a wrist shot in, patted away by Nilstorp, and Riley nearly had a prime opportunity on the rebound. Here's Johansson. Johansson with the shot, blockered away by Bounds. Riley up the middle to Batch. Batch showing some nice hands for a big man. Batch with a screamer of a wrist shot just under the blocker of Nilstorp. A couple of good plays in this period by Big Batch. Here's Fournier. Rips it around the horn all the way back to Richardson. Richardson will lay it into the corner. Haddad and Batch, good communication there. Haddad called Batch off and told him to get back in front. Fournier, wise decision. Get the big man in front. Fournier shot though, didn't get through, and Duggan trying to finish off a hit. And Duggan put a shoulder into Garbowski, but Garbowski will get it out into the neutral zone, and Myers trying to dump it in. It will come up and out of play. We'll step aside for a quick break on Free Sports. A 1-1 between Cardiff and Graz. Of all ages enjoying this one. Why not? The home side have equaled in period 2. Bentivolio, his first 3:50 into the second, and a 1-1 scoreline after Hamilton's goal for Graz in period 1. Here's Richardson. Richardson with his shot. Again, they try and go blocker side on Nilstorp, and he popped that up into the air, screaming away is Oberkofler. Oberkofler with the shot. It'll bounce into the corner for Karlberg. Devils trying to keep everything to the outside here. A little bit of a giveaway, and walking up front was Hilding. Back to the point. Oberkofler can't get the play through, and it'll bounce all the way back down. Batch has had a good second period. He's hard in on the forecheck. Finishes his hit on Kirschlager. That'll get the crowd going. Batch can play forward in defense. We saw him play forward and defense against Mountfield, and he's not afraid to throw his weight around. Here is Batch. He showed nice hands on an earlier rush. Here's McNamee. McNamee forced to the outside. Good play by Grafenthin. Couldn't keep the puck going the way he wanted though, and it will be McNamee starting to win the battle in the corner. Here's Reddick. Reddick swings it out wide. Going to the front of the net is McNamee. We saw him do that against Mountfield a couple of times. Here's Longley. Longley in front. Longley to Pope. And that hit his skate in front. Might have hit McNamee's skate. Another magnificent pass from Longley. He's an absolute wizard when he starts dishing the puck. And McNamee and Pope, they just got to get their sticks down. Finally, Setzinger will settle it down and get it ahead to Ogrijensic, and then Ogrijensic gives it right away. Not the line you want to give it away to, because here comes the aforementioned Longley, and McNamee deflected that down but couldn't put it on target. Here's Setzinger. Setzinger goes to the front of the net. Longley, as good as he is offensively, how about that defensive play by Longley? Shots on goal, Cardiff 15, Graz 13. Here's a giveaway again. They've given the puck away a couple of times to this Longley line, which eventually you'll get burned. On this occasion, though, they survive it. Oberkofler will get it up and out. Here's Jardin. Lewis up the right side. Chasing it down. Sointu. There's Kantz. Kantz has to get his head up. And he's run over there by big Marjamaki. Sointu drifts back to the point. The shot was deflected high and wide. And now Marjamaki coming for it. Marjamaki's found his skating legs here. Shot by Marjamaki. Blockered away and into the crowd. There's a penalty coming up.
Well, the Devils have picked up the physical side of the game, finishing off their hits right now on Graz, and you can see they're throwing pucks away, making bad passes in their defensive zone. The Devils are getting some opportunities from that. And you're absolutely right. You know, when you have big players out there like Batch who are finishing off their hits, it makes it tough on the defense. And you can see right here, I believe it's maybe Pope goes hard to the net here, and that's the trip right there. The leg gets in there, and the referee's going to call that. And there's a quick shot that comes in from Marjamaki. Good save from Nielsstorp. The Devils, though, especially Longlay's making a lot happen right now in the second period, using the speed. That line with McNamee, Pope, and Longley are really creating good opportunities for the Devils.
So a third power play for Cardiff. It is Moderer in the box for the visitors. 1-1 hockey game. There's Bentivolio has the goal on the board for Cardiff. McMonagle. Up high. Back down low to Haddad. Haddad just had that bounce on him at the last second, but he regains his composure. Out front, Bentivolio trying to find the jam play. And Jardin had snuck in expertly from the point, but couldn't get it past Nielsstorp.
Yeah, good job, though, from Graz, just taking Bentivolio to net, doing enough to get his stick off the ice and not allowing him a good opportunity.
Jardin eels his way down the right wing. Haddad pushed off his line, so didn't find the puck that Jardin had left behind him, and that is offside. And it looked like Kirschlager was a step ahead of the play.
He certainly was ahead of the play. That was the right call from the linesman, and the Devils continue to get chances here in the second period. Still look the better team as far as I'm concerned, first and second period. I mean, Graz, like we were discussing, they're dangerous going the other way. Look at a little replay here. Pass comes across to Bentivolio, but he just can't get his stick on that. Good job overall from the defenseman in front. I think he just got under the stick just in time.
A minute remaining in Moderer's penalty. We approach the halfway mark of the second period. 10:15 to go to be exact. Richardson down the right side. Always makes the smart play, just lays it in, nothing too fancy. Knows that Dixon's coming down the left wing, and Dixon now and McNamee go to work. McNamee gives way to Dixon. Dixon throws it across for Longley. Richardson takes his time, protects the puck, flips it into the corner. McNamee A-frames, protects the puck, wants to get it to Longley, and does so. Longley has Dixon in front. Longley trying to draw the double coverage. Back to Fournier. Fournier with a shot. And it thunders off the glass up above the right hand of Nielsstorp. Longley into the corner for McNamee. 9 seconds remaining in this third man advantage for Cardiff. Longley walks the goal line. Gets it across. Fournier called for it. Fournier with a one-timer. Good stop by Nielsstorp. Again, he got the blocker down. And now it'll be Kirschlager getting the puck up and out. Power play is over. Transition now, counter-attack, and up and high off the stick of Oleksek into the mesh. 0 for 3 on the power play for Cardiff.
Yeah, another great play from Richardson on that 2-on-2. Stays with his man, gets his stick on the ice, and deflects it up and over bounds. Good job coming back, too. You know, in a power play situation, it's easy to get caught out on 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s, but Richardson takes care of that.
Zuzevic. 331 EBEL games for the Latvian. It's Myers now. Myers will dump it in high off the glass, took a bounce off the stanchion. Nearly came out front, giveaway by Vaihager, and Myers is in front now. Lewis with the dragon shoot, he scores! Magnificent shot from the point as Lewis with the dragon shoot goes off the post and in. It's 2-1 Cardiff.
Well, again, you can see the pressure of the Devils on the defense of Graz, and they cough the puck up. Lewis gets it, just takes his time, picks his spot with big Matthew Myers in front of the net screening Nielsstorp. You'll watch it here. Myers stays right in there, and he takes the eyes of Nielsstorp away. It's in the back. He never saw that shot because big Matthew Myers stood right in there. Lewis with a good wrist shot. Just drags it across, picks his spot. That's a great shot off the post and in. And Nilstorp never saw that. Good job from Matthew Myers in front of the net.
Mark Lewis, known, of course, as a big bruising defenseman, but a soft pair of hands on the drag and shoot, like a young Paul 80. Don't laugh. I know you love when I bring that up.
Well, I didn't take too many shots from the point, to be honest. To be honest with you.
Nice slot, though. He creeps in there. Give credit where it's due. He creeps in there, reads the screen is there, and pulls it around the defenseman and rips it off the post. I mean, that's a goal scorer's goal.
It is. I mean, it's just a heads-up play, and no panic there from Lewis. It ends up in the back of the net.
Lewis with his first of the competition, and now, much like game day one where they trailed 1-0 after 20 minutes of play, the Cardiff Devils have come alive in period number 2. Albeit, I think they were better in period number 1 here this afternoon than they were a few nights ago. But they are coming. So Reddick has jumped into the play. So Riley's back on the point, tagging off. Smart play by Riley, reading and reacting that Reddick had jumped far beyond his defensive position. And Riley really has been impressive in his first 2 CHL games for Cardiff. Haddad will just scoop it high up into the air at Viola Arena. Graz now, after a really good road period in the opening 20, reeling a little bit now after that Lewis goal.
Yeah, I mean, they're under pressure right now because the Devils continue to drive hard to the net, which is creating a lot of problems, and on their forecheck, and they keep giving the puck up. They're not that good at the moment under pressure.
Here's Mariamaki. He frames and protects the puck. He's knocked over. Tries to battle right back up, but Dixon comes in to help out. Dixon to Jardin. Cross ice for McMonigal. McMonigal with his shot. It's right there, and Dixon trying to find it. Garbowski trying to get it out of harm's way. Dixon stays with him, and you're right. In the middle of the ice in period 1, they protected the middle of the ice and counterattacked well, Graz. But here, they're coming undone in their own zone and put pucks up the middle and panicking. And they know every time Long lays out here, they're in trouble. And again, that is true. Here's Pope. Jardin. And here is the magic man, Longley. Back to the point. 7:15 to go in the period. Redirect by Pope goes wide. Hilding to Karlberg. Karlberg with a nice play around Pope, and he will finally get it up and out of harm's way, but coming undone in their own zone a little bit and putting some real soft passes to dangerous areas.
I mean, yeah, they've made some mistakes here in the second period. The Devils are just flying out there right now, especially this line of Longley, McNamee, and Pope.
Longley back to McNamee, and he's stopped by Nilstorp. Great feed from Longley, and McNamee goes close. Here's Richardson. Sointu back to Fournier. Fournier with a shot. That takes a redirect into the corner. The Devils all over Graz right now. 6.5 to go in the second. Cardiff with a 2-1 lead. Graz trying to play in the offensive zone a little bit more like in period 1. Hamilton kept the puck deep momentarily. Fournier to Myers. Myers has to be careful. Fournier backs him up as Kantz was looking for a chance. Here's Hamilton. Kirschlager calling for it and getting it. Back to his D partner, Hamilton. Hamilton has to be careful. Duggan stepping up at the offensive blue line, trying to hem him in. Here's Kantz. Takes a shoulder from Fournier. And now Alexic. Myers comes in to bull him off the puck, and Fournier gives the puck away up the middle, and now there's going to be a chance for Alexic, and he goes high off the glass. All of that off the giveaway. We've seen a couple of giveaways from Graz that have led to scoring chances. Well, there was the opposite as Fournier nearly costing the Devils, but they regroup. Here's Kantz. Kantz trying to find the trailer, and Motorer couldn't get the shot away. Back to Setzinger. Duggan with a good block. And now at the left point, they try and work it into the middle. It is indeed Motorer out front, and Kantz looking for the rebound. Puck is bobbling around in there. Here's Setzinger. Setzinger fakes the slap shot, goes out wide. Batch went down smartly to make sure there was no shooting lane. Here's Vaihager. Vaihager to Setzinger. Setzinger with his shot. Bounds was down in the right position. He's being helped out as well by Richardson and company. Zuzjevic can't find it. All hands on deck for Cardiff, collapsing in front of Bounds. A couple of good plays, but this is a dangerous moment now. Best shift of the period for Graz99. Lindner dishes it off. 4:45, and the important thing is here they've actually got fresh legs over the boards. Graz. Setzinger throws it in front, looking for the redirect by Yellowhorn. Jumped up and down. Tired legs for Cardiff. They're not going to be able to change. And there was a full line change on that pressurized shift from Graz99.
I think maybe the Devils were able to change one player throughout the last minute and a half, and you can see Batch would have liked to go to the bench there. He's pretty tired. He's been out there a long time, and you see Graz getting out for the face-off quickly. They don't want the Devils to have any chance of getting any rest here.
Update you on the out-of-town score as well. Mountfield leading Frölunda 3-1 with about 8 minutes to go in the third period. Unbelievable stuff. Here's Lindner with the shot. Oh my goodness! Philip Lindner with a howitzer into the top corner, and we have a 2-2 hockey game.
Yeah, I don't think Bounds saw that, because when Haddad was in front of the net, he tried to block it with his skate, and he was just standing it right in line with the shot coming into the net. Bounds never saw that. Haddad tried to block it, just missed it with his foot, ends up in the back of the net, and the game is tied here. Very fortunate Graz really to be in a situation here where the game is tied. I think the Devils have been dominating this game. They had all the momentum, and right there, I mean, it's good hustle from Graz to get puck recovery, and you can see Haddad there. He tries to block it with his foot. Bounds didn't say anything really. He just knew that he never saw that one. It was a good shot, like you said, a really good hard shot right up in the top corner over Bounds' blocker, and Lindner makes a fantastic shot for Graz to tie the game up at 2-2.
4:16 remaining in the second period. Tie hockey game. Well, Lindner, defensemen, they don't need to just wait for their own men to get in front with a screen. That was a good read and react from Lindner, because he looks up and sees Haddad screening Bounds, and it's in the back of the net. Well, they're not going to allow the power break. Oh, they are going to allow the power break. We'll step aside for a quick break here on Free Sports. And don't touch that dial. More to come in just a moment. Welcome back to Free Sports coverage of the Champions Hockey League 2-2 hockey game, late stages, second period. Lindner tying it up with 4:16 remaining just before the break, assisted by Garbowski and Yellowhorn. Here's Myers, trying to flip it ahead for Riley. Play broken up, and here's the goal scorer, Lindner, ahead for Yellowhorn. Myers scoops it along for McMonigal. Deflected in front, Garbowski chasing it down. Lewis, dangerous pass out front, but luckily for him, that was McMonigal in front, getting it along to Myers. Myers takes his man down. Myers so strong on his stick, he takes down King there. King is a big man at 6'4". Myers doesn't bother though. Took down a two-time Stanley Cup champion like it was a child. Here is the aforementioned King. Throws into space, nobody home, and Riley with a giveaway. Here's King, oh my goodness, and Garbowski, rather walking out front of Garbowski, stopped dead to rights by Bounds.
Well, we were wondering when the King, Garbowski, and Yellowhorn line would create some scoring opportunities for Graz, because they really haven't been in the game at all. Credit to the Devils for covering those guys and not giving them much space out there in the ice, and Bounds has to come up big. A little sloppy from the Devils. They've had a little bit of trouble on the right side, and their defenses only get pucks out, and that's because Graz are pinching down aggressively.
Good face-off win by Dixon to Jardin. Mariamaki trying to work it along to Sointu. I can tell you as well, the goal by Lewis that gave the Devils a 2-1 lead was originally scored as unassisted. We knew that would be changed, and Sointu and Mariamaki, the two Finnish ex-teammates in the Liga, draw assists on Lewis's first goal. And here is Sointu, right on cue to Mariamaki. Mariamaki trying to get it out front to Dixon. Mariamaki using his size and strength to work that along to Sointu, and here's Reddick. D to D, screen in front by Sointu. I'm not sure Nilstorp saw that on the shot from Jardin. Now showing to. Going to work it along to Dixon. Mario Mackey comes in with that long stick. Goes back to Jardin. Jardin with a shot. Takes a redirect off of Dixon. And again, it was wide blocker side on Nilstorp. Here's Dixon. Dixon trying to punch it along for Mario Mackey. Play broken up by Karlberg. And Karlberg goes outside. Jardin. Jardin to Oberkofler. And Jardin trying to get back, but now has made a change, or wants to make a change after a long shift. And you can see so important those fine margins. We had that goal by Lindner scored with tired legs on the ice for Cardiff. You got to make sure you're only out there for as much as you can handle. You get caught on that long shift, and it can really, really cost you, as we saw in the Lindner goal. It was coming on the back of an icing, wasn't it? Here's a play across to Setzinger. Setzinger side steps Longley. Now McNamee across for Pope. Pope in all alone. Pope with the shot at Nilstorp. Blocker high, and here's a rebound. Oh my goodness, McNamee! Never give up. Go to the net hard, and wonderful things happen. Despite the fact Pope was robbed, McNamee stuffs it home.
Well, the good thing is Pope was robbed, but then he didn't quit on the play. Eventually he gets the puck and makes a nice pass to McNamee, who kept coming up. Made a fantastic play in the neutral zone, by the way. McNamee beat everybody with a great pass, sending Pope in for a good opportunity. Great save from Nilstorp, but then they get the puck back again. The Devils pass out to McNamee. Watch McNamee comes right up through the middle after this. Pope is all alone. Nice shot there, but a great save from Nilstorp. But Pope doesn't turn away from the net. Picks up the puck behind the net, right out to McNamee, who finishes the playoff. Again, this line has been brilliant for the Devils in this game. Getting another goal for the Devils, and just great playmaking, great passing all around, and a nice finish from McNamee.
Pope with his second assist of the competition. And McNamee with his second goal. And just like that, they grab the lead back, and it was a great stop by Nilstorp on a dangerous customer Pope, but no one gave up, and I think I said it, never give up. Curl back to the net, don't curl away, and McNamee is rewarded. And here's Bounds sliding it along. Fournier. Fournier up the middle. Here comes Riley. Riley with some room to roam down the right side. Riley is just going to look up and see that his line mate, Bentivolio, is offside.
Oh, Bentivolio is trying to get down that left side, get to the far post for a pass from Riley, and just a little bit offside there. I mean, you're not going to be too upset with Bentivolio, because you want him going to the far post to try to get a tip in there at the net, and it would have been a good opportunity for the Devils, but just a split second offside.
McNamee from Pope with 1:35 left here in the period, giving the Cardiff Devils a 3-2 lead. A minute to go in the second at Viola Arena. Graz trying to set up the perfect breakout. There's a broken stick to contend with, but they will survive that. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton back to Lindner. Back across to Hamilton, who has one of the Graz goals. Both goals in this game from defensemen for Graz. Chasing it back now is Kirschlager. Richardson will win a race against Garbowski. Across to Fournier. Fournier will do enough to get it up and out, but that will be an icing call against the Devils with 24 seconds remaining in the second.
Well, certainly if you're the Devils, you want to not take any chances here in the last. You want to get this face-off first of all, get possession straight away, find a way to get out of your end of the ice, and get out of the second period with a nice one-goal cushion. But the Devils have been very good in this game. Overall, they've been the better team by far.
Fournier turns, fires. Back to the point, Setzinger. Karlberg with the one-timer. Bounds had traffic in front of the way of Oberkofler, but they keep the puck out. Here's Dixon. Looks up, sees 10 seconds left on the clock. Throws it up the middle to Sointu. Mario Mackey couldn't keep it in. Dixon knows that the period is going to wind down, and that's the buzzer. Great 40 minutes for the Cardiff Devils. Well, they got a one-goal lead heading into the third period.
Yeah, great second period from the Devils, and certainly dominated that second period overall, not giving up a lot of great opportunities to Graz, and having the better share of good opportunities in that second period. The Devils were very, very good, and the Longley line with McNamee and Pope were excellent, created a lot of good scoring opportunities. Bentivolio kept going to the net the whole period, eventually got himself a goal. And overall, I thought, you look at that Haddad and Riley playing alongside Bentivolio, were also making things happen out there. But the good news for the Devils is they've been playing with 4 lines for practically throughout the whole, the first 2 periods of this game, and that means they'll have a lot of legs left. And I thought in the second period the Devils seemed to have more legs than Graz, and maybe that's because Graz have been using fewer players up front, and the Devils have been using everybody. Good job from Andrew Lord keeping his troops fresh.
Face-offs 13-12 in favor of Graz, but 21-18 the shots on goal for the home side, the Cardiff Devils. Here is the rostrum. Well, it was 1-0, of course. 4:05 into the game, Trevor Hamilton, but Bentivoglio leading a 3-goal outburst in the second period for Cardiff. Lindner had a goal in that second period for Graz, and Richardson, as he's done for Game 1, of course, leading the ice time count for Cardiff with 17:06. There's not much Mark Richardson can't do.
No, there isn't. And again, he was out there blocking shots, and he just never gives up when he's out there on the ice. And he moves the puck well from his defensive zone. He keeps it simple. You don't see him making too many risky plays. And, he does a lot of good things out there in the ice.
Let's have a look back at an exciting period of hockey. Longley took something off that shot on purpose, a bit of a knuckleball, knew there'd be a rebound, and Bentivoglio goes to the net. And 3:15 to the second, we have a tie hockey game at 1.
Well, it's a real smart play because he knows Bentivoglio is coming out from below that red line to the front of the net. Dixon originally, that pass where he fakes it and then gives it to Longley, sets everything up. But and give Fournier credit also because he drives down wide, defenseman moving up the ice, and he makes a lovely pass to the middle of the ice, and then from there it's in the back of the net. So the Devils were really moving the puck around well.
Power play now, and jam play off to the flank. Bentivoglio with a lovely little pass. He's had a good game. Bentivoglio's been aggressive, and he's trying to find the man from the point, Jardin. Myers uses his size and strength so well. Here's a little bit of a giveaway, and Lewis creeps in from the point between the hash marks, drag and shoot off the post. Beautiful goal from the big defenseman.
Now, when you're playing in the CHL, if you cough the puck up too many times and you're in the ice, eventually it ends up in the back of the net. And you're not going to move Matthew Myers out from in front of the net, and Milstrup never sees that. A great shot from Lewis, picks the corner off the post and in. You can see it right there, off the post blocker side in the back of the net. And a nice finish from Lewis. He's happy with that one, and the Devils certainly were too.
Lindner, this is a dangerous moment. They were hemmed in. They were tired after an icing call. And Lindner looks up, sees Haddad screening his own goalie, and just rips it.
Well, I think when Duggan gets the puck on the boards, he goes to throw it out of the zone. He's under pressure. The defenseman has stayed on the blue line. Sometimes you got to eat the puck rather than just try to push it out of the zone. And that's you learn that at this level, you can't take those little chances. And unfortunately for Bounds, he was screened from one of his teammates in front. Haddad tried to block it with his foot, wasn't able to, and it ends up in the back of the net.
And here's Pope. Pope busts in. Blocker stopped by Nielstrup, but everyone curls back towards it, including McNamee. Good feed from Pope. Second goal of the CHL for McNamee, and with 1:35 left in the period, Cardiff claw the lead right back.
That's a big goal for Cardiff, scoring late in the period. And when McNamee makes the original pass through the neutral zone, he just doesn't stand there and admire his pass. He skates through the middle of the ice, puts himself in a good position so he can get a pass from either side. If he stays on the right side, he's at a worse angle and doesn't probably get a good shot away. But that situation, because he goes through the middle, nice pass from Pope right on his stick into the back, and then the Devils have a 3-2 lead going into the third period.
Shots on goal have been updated to 22-18 in favor of Cardiff, meaning that the Devils outshot the 99ers 14-10 in the second period, outscoring them 3-1 in the middle period. 3-2 overall, 20 minutes to go at Viola Arena. Aaron Murphy alongside Paul Eadie will step aside for a quick intermission break. Do join us in just a few moments. Live third period action coming up on Free Sports. Welcome back to Viola Arena. Third period action on the horizon. The Cardiff Devils with a 3-2 lead over Graz. We can tell you that another Group H action, a stunner. Mountfield with a 3-2 victory over the defending champions from Frölunda. And if you had said to me a few days ago who would be in last after 2 games in Group H, I wouldn't have said Frölunda, but that is the case. Let's look back at all the highlights from period 2.
Well, there's the goal from Bentivoglio, and just a great play. I mean, Longley takes a lot off his shot. The puck comes back out on the rebound to Bentivoglio. A nice finish from him. He's always going to the front of the net. It was a great pass from Dixon and also from Fournier just before that. All around, this was a great play from the Devils. Well thought out play with some great passing and a fine finish in the end from Bentivoglio.
Bentivoglia was first on a delayed penalty goal. Longley and Dixon setting that one up. And here's Bentivoglia trying to get that across to Jardin. They were all around the net in that period, out-shooting Graz 14-10 in the second and outscoring them 3-1 in the middle frame. Here's Myers and company using their size and strength to give away, forces the turnover, and here's Lewis with the drag and shoot.
Well, it's all about forechecking hard, and on that play, the Devils just go in really hard on the forecheck, and they put the pressure on the defense for Graz, and they throw the puck away, and Lewis makes no mistake with a nice shot with Matthew Myers in front of that screening. A big goal for the Devils.
Sointu and Mariamaki with the assist on Lewis first with 11:07 gone in the second period. 2-1 scoreline. The tired Devils outfit after an offside, couldn't get the change, and as you so rightly said, maybe needing to eat the puck there was Duggan, but he throws it back, and Lindner assesses that Haddad might be taking away the eyes of bounds, and Lindner will find the back of the net with 4:16 to go in the second.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate on that play for the Devils because, you know, Bounds is just screened, never sees that. Haddad tries to block it, and he can't get a piece of it. And unfortunately, you know, you learn from your mistakes. I mean, Duggan's going to learn from that sometimes you just got to hang on to it.
Here's Pope busting in. Blocker saved by Nilstrup, but everyone regroups, gets to the front of the net, gets it out front to McNamee, and McNamee with his second, assisted by Pope with 1:35 left in the second period, giving us that 3-2 scoreline after 40 minutes.
Well, again, you know, you watch that play, the pass comes out, but there's no one finishes off a hit at all behind the net. Easy pass for Pope to make, and McNamee a fine finish from him into the back of the net, and the Devils have the 3-2 lead. But I thought overall, when you look at Graz, a little bit sloppy in their defensive zone. They did not, finishing off their hits. They're worried about getting hit from the forecheck of the Devils. So if there is a weakness with that Graz team, I think they're a little bit shakier in their end of the ice.
So Mountfield with that 3-2 lead in the books in regulation over Frölunda. Right now in Group H, Cardiff 3 points, Graz 2 points, Mountfield up to 3 points, and Frölunda, no matter what happens in this game, Frölunda after 2 games will be last in Group H. I don't think anyone would have predicted that, and that will highlight how important this third period is, because no matter which way you win it, whoever wins this game, whether it be regulation or overtime, will be in sole possession of first place in Group H after 2 games.
Oh yeah, it's a very important third period. But let's go back to Frölunda, because they haven't done so well in the first 2 games, but their next 4 games, every game's going to be like a Game 7 for them if they want to get through to the next round. So it's going to be a tough matchup, who's ever playing Frölunda.
Well, a quick question coming in from David Smith. He wants to know if a team's top score changes during the course of a game, does the top scorer's jersey change too? No, David, that would happen in the next game. And a big shout out to our buddy Dylan Kaki, a big Giants fan. Was at the first 2 games at SSE Arena. So Dylan, thanks for tuning in to watch the Cardiff Devils as well. In that Mountfield game, Jurgel Samuelson in single with goals, single with the game winner for Mountfield. Rhett Richetti had 2 goals for Frölunda, who are in a whole world of trouble, the defending champions. 22-18, the shots on goal now in favor of Cardiff. And if you're enjoying our CHL action, well, how about our sister channel, Premier Sports? They have a great limited time offer for you hockey fans. A £49 annual NHL season pass that gets you 15 games a week, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the All-Star game, the outdoor game on New Year's Day, and of course, exclusive Stanley Cup final coverage. Can't see it live anywhere else, but hurry up as this incredible offer expires this evening. Visit Premier Sports, the page there, premiersports.com, for all your NHL needs this coming hockey season. Well, coming for the Devils now, a chance to have 2 wins under their belt from 2 home games. We know that the Belfast Giants are tied in Group C with Augsburger and Luleå on 4 points. So they've done very well with 4 points out of a possible 6 at home in their CHL debut. The Devils here in their 3rd Champions Hockey League journey, looking to go a perfect 2-0 against Christopher Nilstorp and Graz99ers.
Well, it certainly would be a big victory if the Devils could pull it off and lead the group. And certainly, you want to get as many points as you can at home, especially when you're looking at the results of some of the other games. You know how it becomes even more important than these home points.
And if you want to find out all the standings from the other groups and all the variations on what's happened after 2 game days in the CHL, go to championshockeyleague.com. Here's McMonagle. Calls off Lewis. McMonagle up the left side. Bounces now for Dixon. Dixon takes a bump. Dixon and Setzinger have had a pretty good battle going in this game. A pass screams out front all the way back to Lewis. Fresh ice now, so the puck sits nicely out front, and Sointu waving at that offering. Here's McMonagle. McMonagle into the corner. Mariamaki back to Sointu. Here's McMonagle. Lewis with the shot. Dixon in front. And he was tied up by Vaihager, and Nilstrup will make sure there's no rebound anyway.
Well, again, good movement from this line. Sointu and Mariamaki are always swinging out high and looking to get a drive back in through the middle for a pass coming in late. And Dixon likes to hang on to the puck. He doesn't throw it away. So, you know, these two players complement his style of play. He'll find them coming in late, and they've been creating some good opportunities.
Haddad will dig in. Important face-off for the Devils to the left of Christopher Nilstorp. Haddad can't get it against Garbowski. Garbowski in his second year with Graz, American Hockey League and East Coast Hockey League experience for the 5'10" Canadian Garbowski. Here's the leading scorer, Yellowhorn. Dumps it down for the aforementioned Garbowski. Protects the puck. He knows that Bentivolio's coming in there, protects the puck, and then slides the other way. Good play by Garbowski against a strong player in Bentivolio. Out front, King trying to find Garbowski. King, as you mentioned, you and I both said they'll get going, and now they're getting going on this line. The two-time Stanley Cup champion trying to create some offense, and here he is. King throws it on the backhand out front, looking for Colton Yellowhorn. That didn't quite come off, but the pressure remains from Graz. Finally finding it is Haddad and dumping it out into the neutral zone. As we've had a minute and a half here to start the third period at Viola Arena. Here's Joey Haddad. Haddad throws it into space. Richardson will curl back. Throws it across to his D partner, Fournier. Fournier goes up the middle, nobody home. Riley trying to step up at the line. It will be Fournier. Fournier looking for one of his patented rushes. He goes to Longley. Longley in front, and Haddad sweeping at that, sent it wide. But another master class on passing the puck from Charles Longley. Unbelievable. When he starts to get into the zone, he can thread the eye of a needle with a puck. Here is the leading scorer, Longley. A goal and 3 assists thus far in the competition. Setzinger will dump it in for Graz. Chasing it down is Alexuk. Here's Jardin. McNamee takes a hip check there from Vaihager. Pops right back up though. Pope hard in on the forecheck. McNamee showing no ill effects of that hip check from Vaihager in on the forecheck as well. And trying to get there was Kantz, but he won't, and that'll be an icing call against Graz.
Well, Doug Mason certainly had words with his team after that second period. I'm sure he wasn't happy with the effort. They looked sloppy, they didn't look quick, and they've come out a lot harder here in the third period. Again, you were talking about the great passing from Longley and a good scoring opportunity again there for the Devils, and Longley is certainly in the zone again in this one. He's picking his, you know, as the more this game goes along, the more chances he's creating for his teammates.
Had 54 assists for the Devils in league play last year. He's absolutely magical, of course. Played a long time in the KHL. He's Canadian by birth, but played internationally for Belarus. And Longley's so fun to watch when he gets going. Here's Moderer. Cross ice to Setzinger. Setzinger, nobody in front. That's going to be a routine save for Ben Bounds.
Well, again, the Devils doing a good job in their defensive zone. Everybody picking up their men. Once the defense activate, they're just going man-to-man and making sure they're not giving up any easy chances. Although, you know, you can see that Graz are trying to pick their game up a little bit here. Not going to be easy for them to get good scoring opportunities because the Devils are solid in their end of the ice. And then after that, you got to beat Bounds.
Dixon draws the puck back. McMonagle. Sointu has a bounce over his blade. Mariamaki chasing it down. And right back in is Kalberg. Kalberg tries to drag and go to the net against Lewis. Lewis, such a big guy, though. When he went down, there was nowhere for Kalberg to go. Kalberg, though, goes to the front of the net. Errant pass finds the blade of Sointu. Sointu over the red line, and on the backhand, he feathers it into the far corner. And if you're Cardiff, you're happy with that. Gain the red line, get the puck down deep, and you can't get hurt from here with the 1-goal lead. Joey Haddad joined now by Bentivolio, trying to make this difficult for Lindner. Lindner goes up the left side. Dumped in, and Fournier will be the first man in. Fournier will scoop it up to the left point. Riley trying to wave at it. It will come all the way back to Hamilton, and that will be dumped in by Graz. As we approach the 4-minute mark, oh, a broken play there and a missed assignment. And Yellowhorn couldn't believe there was no one back checking there or in front defensively for Cardiff. Here's Yellowhorn. Yellowhorn couldn't get this shot away as now the Devils have regrouped, Haddad and company. But a little bit of pressure now. Oh no! Riley was nearly away to the races as Kirschlager went down. The puck was bobbling there. And Fournier comes in. An offside call, but where was the presence in front from Cardiff on that last play?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can see that Graz are just moving a lot more now in the offensive zone. They're doing a better job at getting away from their checkers. Although saying that Riley if Riley gets that puck in the zone, that's a clear 2-on-1 for the Devils. So, I mean, sometimes when you activate your defense, you get a little more aggressive offensively. Sometimes you get caught out on 2-on-1s going the other way.
Well, Yellowhorn and King were trying to connect with nobody in front in a red jersey, and luckily it didn't work out. But now they're back in, and a quick shot by Graffinton, just a will to get to the net and win that puck, get that shot away. Oleksuk goes back to Vaihager. Here's Oleksuk. Trying to go back to the point and does so. Block shot, good job by Pope, and now Longley will skate it away from Oleksuk. Longley slows it down, finds the trailer, McNamee. McNamee with a shot right into the chest of Nilstrup, and that will be held on for a face-off deep in Graz territory.
Well, again, this line continues to get chances. A nice play from Longley across to McNamee, who's coming late and gets a good shot away. But Lindström has no trouble on that one. He just comes. Nilstrup has no trouble on that one. Comes out of his net, takes the angle away. I think McNamee was a little bit tired there. He didn't have a lot of legs to take that right down to the net.
Here's McMonagle. Back to Riley. Muscles into the corner for McMonagle. Riley will stay at the left point until McMonagle retakes his position. Defensively, Haddad now. Bentivolio trying to help him out, trying to claw it along the low dasher, but it will be Lindner finding that puck and winning it. Can't get it out, though. It's kept in by McMonagle. Now Bentivolio hears that it's a delayed offside. He will have to get out as McMonagle couldn't quite keep it in at the point. And now skating away is Moderer. Moderer drops it back. Good movement of the puck. They find the trailer. It's Hamilton. Moderer's in front. It comes back to Hamilton, who's got a goal in this game, and he fires it through a sea of legs, and it bounced away from Ben Bounds' crease. Oh, and Duggan had to get his head up there. He was hit by Hamilton. Out front, Batch trying to get his stick on the ice and go to the net, but it was Moderer getting it out. Here's Fournier. Fournier curls around Bounds' net, plays it back to Richardson. Kohlberg chasing him down, and Duggan had to get his head up. He got a good shoulder, a hard shoulder hit from Hamilton, but he seems to be okay. Duggan will get a piece of that. It will come out over the line, but Joachim Hilding will chase it down. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton to Hilding. Hilding with a stretch pass. This pass is far, well, 2 feet too far, and that'll be an icing call against Graz.
Well, you can see Graz in the neutral zone, stretching their forwards a little bit more. They're trying to open up the ice to create some opportunities, and they're just trying to make it a little bit harder on the Devils, making it harder for the Devils just to sit back and play like a 3-2 or a 1-4, basically trying to get some opportunities through some fast breaks.
Here's Mariamaki, jumps through on the set piece on the face-off. Back to Fournier. Fournier stutter steps, trying to find the lane. Smartly doesn't try and force it off his shin pad, so he just dumps it into the corner. Mariamaki and Sointu go to work. Here's Hilding, Joachim Hilding. Plays it along for Hamilton. 6.5 gone in the third period. Cardiff 3, Graz 2. Here's King. King trying to get to the front of the net, taken out of the play smartly by Richardson. The Yellowhorn comes in, King as well. Richardson trying to help out Sointu, telling him where the puck is. Sointu finds it now against Garbowski. Here's Garbowski, though, wins a battle, tries to step out. Will come back to the point. Setzinger with a shot. Good glove save from Bounds.
Yeah, good save from Bounds. The Devils are collided in their own defensive zone and allowed a shot from the point.
A 3-2 scoreline in favor of Cardiff. We'll step aside for a quick break on Free Sports. back to Viola Arena. Plenty more Champions Hockey League coming up on Free Sports this Thursday, September 5th. To be determined, the Mountfield v Cardiff game and Liberec versus Belfast game overlap. So someone above you and I on the total poll here at Free Sports will decide which game is live, which game is delayed. And then, of course, Saturday we have live action Graz versus Cardiff. And Sunday, September 8th, live action Augsburger versus Belfast. So check freesports.tv this week for all your Champions Hockey League news and information. Graz now down by a goal. Garbowski and company. They found another gear here. You're right. They've looked a little bit more faster, a little bit more creative. In the third period, they were outshot 14-10 by Cardiff in the second and outscored 3-1. Well, they had a really good road period in the first period. Of course, they were leading this game 1-0 after 20.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, the Devils overall in the first two periods, in my opinion, were the better team. But here in the third period, Graz look a little bit quicker, a little bit sharper. Their passing seems a little bit, quick and hard passes, and they seem to be getting opportunities moving up and through the neutral zone and making things happen a little bit more right now.
We also talked in the first period about the speed and the counter-attack ability of Graz. We didn't see that a lot in the second because Longley and company controlled the second period with some power plays, but also just some incredible offensive zone work. But here in the third, Graz trying to get back to that sort of speed game that made them really dangerous in the first.
Yeah, they certainly are, and you're right. They are a dangerous team. If they're able to move the puck up quick against you, they can hurt you, and that's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to keep Cardiff from setting up into any kind of system by moving the puck quickly.
Here's McNamee. On the other side of the coin, though, when the Devils get down here and start working, they're supremely dangerous as well. That bounces out for Longley, and if he had just another inch or so, he might have corralled that for a shot after the shot careened off the end dasher from McMonagle. Here's McNamee. McNamee running a good line there. The puck kicks out to Longley. Longley trying to find McNamee in the high slot, but that will be intercepted. But McNamee and Pope running some really good lines there to make that puck skip out. Won't show up on the score sheet, but the way this line is coming together is looking really good. They're gelling well for head coach Andrew Lord.
They certainly are, and they're getting a lot of good opportunities. Ben Bounce is not going to give up any rebounds here in the third period. He's not concerned. He knows he's got some good face-off men on the bench who can come off, like Matthew Myers, and take a big face-off if they need it. And he's not going to take any chances. Haddad is very good on face-offs also.
And Haddad will dig in against Moderer now, and Haddad will win it cleanly. To win those defensive zone draws in a one-goal hockey game. Good job by Haddad. Riley waving at that. Graz can't control it between the blue lines, but it will now be moved up the right side by Zuzevich. Hard shot by Kantz, handled by Bounds. Kantz turns and fires. That's off a skate, and now Bentivolio with the quick play ahead to Riley. Riley smartly gains the red line and dumps it in. Hamilton has to get his head up there as Bentivolio was coming. And now Riley loses an edge, and it's Kirschlager taking over. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. Graz forced offside on that dash forward.
Well, what the Devils like to do in the neutral zone is like to have a forward pack in the middle. That allows their two defensemen to play wide and stay up on the blue line and put pressure on the forward coming across the blue line. And if Graz aren't willing to chip the puck through, they're trying to stick handle it through. They're not going to get through very often. The Devils have a solid defense. So tactically, the Devils are trying to make it tough on Graz to get in their end of the ice.
Myers versus Joachim Hilding. Hilding wins it cleanly back to the captain, Oliver Setzinger, former Nashville Predators pick way back in 2001, the captain of Graz. 18 years ago drafted, so safe to say he's a wily veteran. Here he is, clearing the puck up the right side. Jardin going to stand up at the offensive blue line. He's backed up by Duggan. Duggan to Reddick. And Duggan goes high off the glass. That's gloved down by Robin Vihaggert. He couldn't control it. Myers trying to make a nuisance of himself. And that will be an icing call. Myers, when he comes out and gets his feet moving like that, guys start hearing the footsteps, and bad passes and plays are being made by Graz. If you think back to the Lewis goal, remember Myers going to the net hard. Guys just don't know how to react sometimes when Matthew Myers gets going, and that's a real good play there. He's forcing the icing call.
Yeah, and it's important for Myers, Batch, and Doug to get out there and play some shifts and make things happen. because if you can play the 4 lines, you keep everybody fresh on the team, and they have a very good 4th line. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say they're the 4th line, but every team has certain lines that have a role, and that line certainly has a role.
And they do it very well. I mean, they're all big, strong men, good skaters, not afraid to take the body. They'll block shots. Meyer's so good in the face-off dot as well. Here's Marjamaki. Marjamaki trying to keep the puck deep with Dixon. Wilby Hilding dumping it up and down. Here's McMonagle. McMonagle nearly gave it away to Colton Yellowhorn, but that just was too far for the top scorer for Graz. Here's Pope. Pope with a bobbling puck to contend with. Gets his pocket picked by King. King slides it across to Yellowhorn. Garbowski calling for it in the high slot, but Colton Yellowhorn will take it for a revolution of the net. Back to the point. Lindner looking for King. King trying to go out front quickly, hits the apron of the net. McNamee and company in a bit of trouble here. Garbowski trying to get it out front to Johansson. Lewis went down to try and block that. And this is what we talked about. Once the speed gets going on the cycle, they're so good on the offensive attack, or the offensive zone time. At that time, Bentivolio forcing Graz out. So maybe an opportunity goes missing or goes a begging there for Graz.
That's a good play from Lewis. He went down, he took the bottom of the ice away, and that forced a shot to be up, and the shot just wasn't clinical enough to get to the back of the net.
When that Colton Yellowhorn line gets going, they're as dangerous as a line as you might see in the group. Here's Riley. Riley clubs it along, but now the Yellowhorn line is tired, and King is caught in the zone. There's a chance out front. Oh, Batch! Batch worked it back to Riley. It looked like Riley had an open net, but it wasn't to be.
No, it was just a bit too far in front of him where he could get a good angle for an opportunity there. But again, Batch making a nice play across to Riley. And the Devils certainly are doing a good job. They don't want to sit back. You want to get in that offensive zone. You want to get some puck possession, get some traffic to the net, get some shots to the net. And right there, Riley just unable to get a good enough opportunity. You can see they're just too far ahead of him, and he can't swing it back into the net.
Kirschlager with a good stick-on-stick play on Riley there, but the angle had gone. But it was the right idea by Batch. Batch had no angle, so he slides it along. Here's Riley coming. Here's Myers. Myers trying to keep Alexic to the outside. Kept in by Setzinger. Shot blocked by young Duggan. Duggan getting some good ice time here. And he's taking a few hits, and certainly they're getting in the way, making sure the shot doesn't get through. And now, here comes Duggan down the right side. Marjamaki was about 2 feet offside on that instance.
Well, I think he expected Duggan to release that a little bit quicker, and unfortunately he didn't, and Marjamaki goes offside.
Don't touch that dial. One final break here on Free Sports. It's Cardiff 3, Graz 2.
It's got to be a little bit quicker in that off zone, guys. Take it. We're stick handling with it. Let's get that thing through. We're screwing around with it. It's got to go quicker. Where's the face off? Right down.
Back to me, you good? Yeah, you're going Dixie. Oh yeah, sorry. We'll get it back to normal, my fault.
Just a shade under 8 minutes remaining. Cardiff already 1-0 in the group on 3 points. Graz with a 1-0 record as well. Their win coming in a shootout over Frölunda on 2 points. The winner of this game, no matter how that's achieved, regulation, overtime, will be a top Group H, because we know that Mountfield beat Frölunda earlier. So Mountfield go to 3 points. Frölunda, after 2 games, just the 1 point in Group H. If you had said a few days ago, we said it earlier, if you said a few days ago that last place in Group H after 2 games would be Frölunda, I think that a lot of people would have rolled their eyes at you, but that is the reality on this Sunday.
Well, there's no guarantee in the Champions Hockey League that you're going to win games automatically, and some of the better teams are finding that out early in the competition, and the Devils are causing some upsets, as of the Giants, and you know, you and I talked about it. Both those two teams are very capable and very good lineups, and I'm not surprised that they picked up some big wins.
No, and I think there'll be more wins to come. A case in point right here. Hope you're enjoying it on Free Sports. You can reach out at freesports_TV, at Murph on Ice. And don't forget, check freesports.tv. Plenty of more Champions Hockey League coming up in the coming weeks. And I believe the KHL starts this Wednesday. I'm going to have to refocus on the assignments after this busy 4 CHL games in 4 days on Free Sports. Icing call.
Well, I mean, it's all about making simple plays right now. You're in the third period. There's not a lot of time left on the clock, and if you're the Devils, you want to just get pucks deep. If you don't have a play, just get the puck into the corner. If you have a chance to change, you get somebody fresh on the ice. And you want to keep pucks out of the middle of the ice. You don't want to take a lot of chances here.
Here's Longley settling it down after a face-off win by Graz, and that's going to deflect up and out of play. Graz want to try and draw a penalty on Longley. What's the call?
Oh, looks like the referee's sending him to the penalty box. I thought there was a touch there somewhere, but obviously the referee didn't see it, and Longley's going to go off. He's not protesting, so obviously the referee's made the right call. Otherwise, I think he would be shouting at the referee. And Dixon's having a little chat with the referee there. The faceoff's going to come obviously into the Cardiff Devils zone. Andrew Lord is not impressed with that call. I mean, if Longley didn't agree with the call, he certainly showed the true professionalism that he, professional that he is.
Apologies for any emotional language from head coach Andrew Lord, but I think his sentiments probably shared by the faithful at Viola Arena. Any Devils fans watching this evening, and this is critical. Third power play of the game for Graz, so a delay of game on the puck going over the glass from the own zone by Longley, and looked like there was a touch, but the referee has just made the call that he believed on the ice. So power play time for Colton Yellowhorn and company. Yellowhorn backdoor play, bobbling puck off the stick of Hilding, and it came out glove side on bounds. Here's Johansson. Johansson to Yellowhorn. Karlberg's in the high slot calling for it, but he's being watched closely there by Dixon. Karlberg will tap it back to Johansson. Johansson, well, one-timer screaming it over the blocker, over the right shoulder of bounds. Colton Yellowhorn looked like he had some room, but he got underneath that one.
He certainly did have some room. He just didn't get it on target, and Bounds is reading that, but still, it's tough to get across quick enough.
Here's Colton Yellowhorn, top of the circle, dumps it in the corner, and a quick minute gone on this third power play for Graz. Here's Johansson. Johansson to Yellowhorn. Yellowhorn with a shot on again, high and wide, ripping it off the glass. Here's Hilding. Joachim Hilding keeps it in deep. It'll skim all the way around to Yellowhorn. Yellowhorn with those quick hands. Yellowhorn back to Johansson. Here's Hilding. Garbowski's in front. Garbowski's actually taking some punishment to stand in there, and again, the quick one-timer from Yellowhorn, this time stopped by Bounds. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Johansson to Hilding. Hilding with the shot. That's off the stanchion over the right shoulder of Bounds. They're all around the net, but missing.
That was a good shot from Hilding, actually. It was a good hard shot, and luckily for Bounds, it wasn't on target.
Obriensic could get the puck deep, gave it away. Here's Bentifolio. Bentifolio short-handed, rebound for Riley. 10 seconds remaining in the power play, and Riley threw the puck wildly in behind, and now it'll be skated back by Setzinger. 3 seconds remaining in the Longley penalty. They've done enough. Power play is done. 0 for 3 on the man advantage for Graz. That's a huge job by the penalty killers of the Cardiff Devils. The dad now trying to keep everything to the outside. Setzinger can't keep it in with his glove, and now it'll be Longley. He'll have fresh legs after that 2-minute little break in the box. Here's Haddad scooping it back, trying to get it back to the point. McMonagle lets fly quickly, but it will be broken up by Setzinger. King gets his own rebound. He put a shot into the shin pad. Well, Fournier found his own rebound and draws a penalty. So back-to-back power plays for Graz. Looks like a hooking call coming up.
Well, what happened on that play, and give Graz credit, when they came out of the zone, they busted straight up the middle, trying to put pressure on the Cardiff defense, forcing Fournier to cover that, forcing him back into his zone. And when they came over the blue line, Fournier obviously is going to be standing still a little bit because he's deep in the zone, and that's why he ended up taking the hook on that one, because he's standing still. You can see there he's standing still a little bit, and that's because of the play, what happened just before that. And then he's got to get his stick in. There wasn't a lot in that play, really, but still the call is made.
Well, they kill off the delay
We got to
game
hit
to
that wheel
Longley
unless you
now.
can
They've got
score.
another one
Let's
they
get
can
it
tip.
over to the
Let's
other
listen.
side as quick as we can.
Doug Mason, head coach of Graz. Not too much to say on the bench. They know what needs to be done. They've had back-to-back power plays. They trail on the road by a goal. Let's have a look at some of the movement of the puck on the last power play.
Well, they certainly have been getting some opportunities on their power play. Overall, the Devils have done a good job. You can see they're trying to go back across. Yellowhorn's trying to go back across to one of his teammates driving down. He's been getting good support when he's on the wall under pressure. He's been getting support from his teammates. He makes that quick little pass to kick it out to the point. So they're doing a good job keeping possession on the power play.
Fournier for hooking. Bolton Yellowhorn on the right side. Back to Johansson. Here's Hilding. Karlberg in the high slot, broken up by a good stick by Dixon. Here's Karlberg though. Good moving the puck, but on the outside, that's where the Devils want to keep it. Here's Yellowhorn. It's his time. Steps off the wall. Little in around play to Garbowski. It's there. A little bit of a rebound. Richardson's down trying to find it. Garbowski and Hilding both had swats at it, but not clean. Here's Marciamaki, and Marciamaki's pulled down. Crowd wanted a tripping call there. None to be had, but Marciamaki, even though he was being felled, got the puck up and down. 1:10 remaining on this fourth man advantage for Graz. Here's Johansson. Head on a swivel, will drop it back. Setzinger, the captain, with a head of steam. Cross ice for Hamilton. Hamilton throws it on net. It comes up and over the shoulder there of Aleksuk. Had no idea where it was. Here's Aleksuk off the skate. And lucky for Devils fans, he wasn't sure where it was. 3:25 to go in the third. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for Cardiff. Here's Setzinger. Slides it along for Oberkofler. Oberkofler will try. They try that little jam play, and Aleksuk out front. They will score, and it will be the man who opened the scoring up earlier, Hamilton. Second goal of the game, and we have a 3-3 scoreline.
Well, Hamilton loves to drive down that side. He leaves his point and then moves down. And Graz, they saw just before that they tried this little pass down low, right there, and then they went to it a second time, and this time it bounces out to Hamilton, who's driving down wide, and it ends up a good finish for Hamilton. And obviously very balanced, very disappointed. It went between his arm and his body. He couldn't squeeze it enough to keep it out of the back of the net. But you give good teams too many power play opportunities, especially late in the game like that, they're going to make you pay for it. And Hamilton finishes the play off for Graz to tie this game up at 3-3.
Power play goal, 1 for 4 on the man advantage. And Hamilton, late stages of the period, 3:12 remaining. And making the Devils pay for those back-to-back penalty kills.
Well, I mean, you have to give their coach, Doug Mason, credit, because he realizes that, it wasn't working up top for them. And so he decided, okay, guys, let's go low. And they go low and they get a goal. So, it's good tactics from Graz to change their power play, change their idea around on the power play. Try something different, and it worked out for them.
So with 3:12 remaining, the power play goal from Hamilton. He opened up the scoring 4:05 into the first period. A couple of goals for Hamilton. 3-3 scoreline. Plenty of time, though, for the Devils to try and get that back. 3 minutes to go. 3-3 scoreline. Three's wild here in the third period. Here's Haddad. Haddad trying to walk out front, backhander, and he put it off the shoulder of Nilstorp. And great goaltending there, because the way he was coming out, he got that off the shoulder and then smothered it before Haddad could have a second look.
Oh, great play from Haddad, and gets a good scoring opportunity. Good hard work from McNamee down low with him, creating a good scoring opportunity. And good reaction from the Devils. Get down the other end of the ice and get a scoring chance. And here comes one of their lines that has been very, very potent for them in this game.
McNamee, job one done. That's winning the face-off. Here is Fournier. Fournier was in the penalty box for that goal. The tying goal, he'll want to atone. Fournier with a shot, rolls it in on Nilstorm. He ramps it high off the glass, and McNamee trying to gain control. Aleksuk will try and skate it away. He's got to get his head up there. Pope was coming. And McNamee tries to put a shoulder into Kerschlager. Here's Pope. Reddick now. Reddick across for Fournier. 2:20 remaining in the third period. Fournier with a nice pass across for Dixon. Dixon with some room down the right side to try and get it out front. Pope golfed at that, but it was moved away by Karlberg, and now Karlberg strong down the left side. Turn the side straight away. Here's Dixon. Dixon trying to go outside Linder. 2 minutes to go in the contest. Here's Dixon sweeping it back to the point. Kept in by Jardin. Albeit momentarily, as Kahlberg now will deflect it into the offensive zone and get to work against McMonigal. McMonigal gets there first and tries to punch it up the left side. Building and company battling. Here's Sointu. Sointu will do the right thing, just get it up and down, and here comes Mariamaki. That's a good burst of speed. That's as quick as we've seen him move in this one. And Mariamaki wanted that puck bad. Sointu wins it out to Mariamaki. It comes for Fournier, bobbling puck, and nearly fell for Sointu. What a moment that would have been for the newcomer in his first game. Couldn't get control though. Here's Yellowhorn and King, and this is the dangerous line now for Graz. 1 minute 14 remaining. Haddad gets it out of the defensive zone. Graz will come right back forward with their top scorer, Colton Yellowhorn. Here's King. Back to Vihager. Vihager was held there momentarily by Haddad, but there he finds it on the backhand and puts it in the corner. Colton Yellowhorn out front. Garbowski with a shot, and he ripped it wide on a bit of a broken play, but he battled. He wanted that puck bad. Garbowski giveaway by Vihager. Threw it blindly on the backhand and nearly found Riley's tape. Now Riley will dump it in. Bentivolio trying to get in on the puck. He was held. Devils fans wanted a penalty. Referees say play on. 35 seconds remaining in the third period. Is there any magic left on either side? Here's Haddad dumping it high and gloved down by Nilstorp. Wants to move the puck quickly, but the referee blows the whistle.
I think he saw Batch coming in from the right side, driving hard to the net, making sure that he wasn't able to move it and getting that face-off. And, you know, the Devils can set up a quick little face-off play on this one and see if they can get a goal from it. And you can see Andrew Lord, as Short just mentioned a little bit in the last few minutes there, trying to get the right guys on the ice.
Here's Dixon. Dixon wins the draw. Richardson. Richardson lets fly. Hits Dixon in front. Dixon turns, fires off the skate of Travis Alexuk. Alexuk will go high off the glass down the right side. Dumped in by Ogrejensik, Slovenian Olympian in Pyeongchang. Ogrejensik. Here's Batch. Batch as far as the point, but not out. Here's Hamilton. 4 seconds remaining. Blocker shot. Alexik. And bounds at the dying moment. Makes sure that both teams get a point there, as that was a dangerous looking moment, but we will have overtime between the Cardiff Devils and the Graz99ers.
Well, it's a good save from Bounds with only a few seconds left. He kept his eye on that one and blockered it away. And a great game of hockey. Graz certainly turned it on in the third period, coming back. They had a couple power plays. They needed a power play goal to tie it, though. And you can see they seem to have a little bit more legs in the second half of that third period. But we know when you get into overtime, when you have that 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, you know, it's just flip a coin, because who knows what's going to happen. There's a lot of room out there. And I've said it before, defensive zone coverage is so tough 3-on-3. One little mistake, it's in the back of your net. Just looking at the power play here, the power play goal. I mean, this is, you know, you have to give Graz credit, because they were trying up top and nothing was working, then all of a sudden they slotted the guy down near the near post and kept making little passes down. Then the guy would drive into them, and eventually one of on the play, the puck came out, the Hamilton drove wide, came down from the point and finished it off and tied the game. So it was smart hockey from Graz. They didn't stick to what wasn't working. They tried something different, and they got the benefit from it.
So, we're going to start with Richie. We're going to go Richie, Benty, Riley.
Well, after 60 minutes of play, the
Just
shots
like
on
that
goal, 27-26 in
like in
favor
practice.
of Cardiff.
Skating forward, always knowing where your guy is.
Both Lord and Doug Mason, very short last-minute instructions. 3-on-3, as you've said, sometimes it's just the first chance, really, isn't it? You hope that that's you at the first chance, but let's update you. Cardiff now on 4 points, and Graz on 3. The winner of this game, whether it be overtime or a shootout, will be alone in first place in Group H after that earlier result. Mountfield beating Frölunda 3-2. All sorts of drama around Group H. And, of course, yesterday in Group C, as Augsburger Panther beat Belfast 3-2 in overtime. Luleå beat Liberec yesterday in Group C as well. So Augsburger, Luleå, Belfast, all 4 points in the other group involving the EIHL side. And right now, still a win to play for, an opportunity for the second point. if you will. Now both teams with a point in the bank, and Richardson will start things off for Cardiff. Here's Richardson, takes his time. Richardson, we all know how good he is shot blocking, we all know how good he is defensively, but he has great offensive upside, and that's why he starts out here. Here's Richardson. Plus, he's a safe pair of hands. Richardson gets it across to Bentivolio. Colton Yellowhorn strips him. Riley. And that was smart by Riley. He got a good stick there as Setzinger was almost wide open.
Yeah, great read from Riley coming back and able to cut that one off. And it just shows you in a split second that a team can go on a breakaway.
Now Johansson. Johansson trying to stretch it out. He'll be forced back by Fournier. Garbowski will turn back to his own blue line, being watched by McNamee. And McNamee knew exactly what the drop play was there, but now King will step in front of him. And Dwight King, right up the middle. King drops it back to Garbowski. Garbowski with a shot. Good blocker, stopped by Bounds, and King rumbles through there with the rebound. A good stop by Ben Bounds here in the overtime. McNamee dealing with King. Now ahead to Fournier. This is where Fournier can really make a dent. He loves the room to roam out here. Fournier takes his time, throws it on net, looking for a rebound for Sointu. Sointu dangerous in front. Dixon will have to come back to his own zone. Ahead for Fournier. Fournier wanted to go up the right side. Sointu was going to the bench for a change, and that will cost the Devils 200 feet of ice.
Well, yeah, I didn't think there was going to be an icing on that one, but you're right. A couple of tired players will have to come back on the ice, and but it just, there's so much room out there, and I thought Fournier released that pass a little bit quicker when he came across the blue line. I thought his man was open, and probably would have been a good scoring opportunity, but with the ice, the way, as the longer the game goes here, without them doing the ice, the puck rolls a little bit. It's harder to get your passes off sometimes.
Dixon doesn't get the draw, but Sointu jumps through on that set piece, and now they'll make a change. Tired legs are no good in 3-on-3 overtime, that is for sure. You have to be unselfish and get up, down, and off. Here's Fournier. Fournier, with the exception being Fournier, could probably play the full 5 minutes with the room to roam out there with his skating ability, but now Fournier being forced back into the defensive zone. Here's Bentivolio. Bentivolio just steps in over the line ahead of Riley.
Well, Bentivolio knew he had to just go hard to the net. Otherwise, he was never going to beat his man. And Riley he didn't really delay. I think he was just trying to gain a bit of space coming across to the middle of the ice and then just try to backhand it, into Bentivolio going to the net. But good coverage on the back check from Graz on that play.
McNamee versus Joachim Hilding, and McNamee wins that clean, almost too clean. It bounced off the skate of Jardin. Here's Setzinger, throws into space, gives it away, but it was going to come out, and Longley had to back up on the offside. Here's Jardin. McNamee, 2 goals. He's got a goal this afternoon, and a goal in the win, of course, over Mountfield a few nights ago. Here's Jardin. Jardin takes a bump from Setzinger. Setzinger ahead for Joachim Hilding. In over the line, drops it for Setzinger. Dangerous moment now. Setzinger fakes and goes high. And luckily for Bounds, it was wide. He faked the first shot and tried to step outside for a better angle, ripped it high and wide. Setzinger with an absolute cannon of a shot.
Well, Setzinger took the body on Jardine and was able to get back up the ice quicker than Jardine. That's why he was a 3-on-2, and that's why he made a nice play. He faked Bounds in the first one, then went wide, but Bounds stayed with him. That's a really good save from Bounds.
Here's Richardson. Has to be careful against King. King, aggressive. Riley now. Riley's seen enough of that and wants to dart away, but Garbowski sweeps the puck away from him. Riley goes to the net hard. Well, if you're the Devils, you'll be happy about an offensive zone faceoff after a little bit too much time in your own defensive zone in this 3-on-3 overtime.
Yeah, they certainly need to get down the other end and get something going and create some chances. That's an opportunity now for Andrew Lord to get some guys, you want to get out there in the offensive zone, for example, like Fournier. It's all about getting the right people on at the right time.
Haddad trying to draw it back to Fournier. Got to get Longley out there as well. I mean, he was absolutely controlling the games at times in period 2 and early in period 3. Not out here right now on this 3-on-3. King and company coming forward. Garbowski gives the puck away. And now it'll be Riley to Fournier. Fournier gets his wires crossed with Haddad. Haddad with a screamer of a a bit of a quick slap shot, a snapshot, if you will, and that's blockered away by Christopher Nilstorm.
Well, you're absolutely right. Longlay's a player you want out there on 3-on-3, and for sure he's going to come back out here.
There he is, yep.
Not a lot of time left in this overtime period, and I mean, he with his skating, all that room out there, he can make things happen.
Dixon trying to draw it back. Longley will give minor chase there to Vihager and turn back. Here's Moderer. 1:10 remaining in the overtime. Moderer gets his strides going. Alexa, support Alexa will go around the net now. Moderer being worked over by Longley. Longley wants the puck. He will force it out of harm's way at least. Here's Vihager to Alexa. Dixon trying to force him into a bad play, but Alexa just slows things down. Goes back to Vihager with 45 seconds remaining. And if you're Vihager and company, do you go, well, we're happy to play for a shootout. We have a 2-time SHL champion in the net. Or do you wait for one last burst forward? Looks like they've answered the question. They're going to come forward for Ogriensik. Ogriensik will drop it to Hilding. And they play switch. Here's Hamilton. He's got 2 goals in the game, Hamilton, including the tying goal with 3:12 left in the third. He's knocked over by Mariamaki, and now Bentivolio. Bentivolio doesn't have a stick, so he put a big shoulder in there on Hamilton. But now this is basically a 3-on-2 because there's no stick for Bentivolio. 10 seconds remaining. Real dangerous moment now for the Devils. Here's Ogriensik. Ogriensik with his shot. Good shot blocked by Bentivolio. So no stick, no problem. Gets in the way of the shot. Here's Oberkofler. Oberkofler goes around the net. We will have a shootout at Viola Arena, but what a brave block by Bentivolio.
He defended really well without his stick, and he did the only thing he could do was just try to go to the puck carrier and stay with him, because if he wasn't able to cover somebody if he didn't have the puck. So he moved up and blocked that shot too. A great play from him. Just smart thinking from him out there in the defensive zone. But it's tough to defend when your stick's down in the corner.
Yeah, but he hasn't played for a while. He's going to be a little cold. Who did we have yesterday? We had 13, 74, 74. He'll be up first.
The decision-making process, and I don't want to go with that guy's cold. Who do we have last night? They beat Frölunda in a shootout a few nights ago.
Yeah, they were trying to remember who they used in that shootout. Yeah, not a bad idea to go back to the same 5 guys if you want to shoot out. So Andrew Lord's having a good think here, and should be very exciting.
Shots on goal through 65 minutes of play. Cardiff 29, Graz 27. The goal scorers in this one: Hamilton with 2 for Graz, Lindner the other goal, Bentivolio, Lewis, and McNamee the goals for Andrew Lord's men. 0 for 3 on the power play for Cardiff. The tying goal in the late stages of period 3 to send us into overtime came off the stick of Hamilton. It was a power play goal, his second of the game, from Oleksuk and Oberkofler. So 1 for 4 on the power play for head coach Doug Mason's men.
49, let's go.
Well, there you go, right straight from the coach's mouth. Sebastian Karlberg, 1 goal in the competition, former second-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens, will be one of the shooters against that man, Ben Bounds.
Well, normally they have the coin toss, and then the team who wins the coin toss decides who shoots first. So obviously we didn't see that, and obviously they won the coin toss. Graz and decided to take the first shot.
You heard Coach Doug Mason say 49, you're up. It is Sebastian Karlberg. Karlberg will take off with speed. Karlberg in. Karlberg goes to the backhand. Good stop by Bounds.
Great save from Bounds. So calm. Just backed up, timed it right. And even though, right-hand shot, fakes it, goes to the backhand's got to get it up. But even though it was up, Bounds was in such great position. He makes the save. There may be a little bit of room between his legs, but not that much.
McNamee away to the races. Or McMonagle, rather. McMonagle in. McMonagle goes to the backhand and misses. Well, McMonagle, one of the newcomers on the backhand for Cardiff, went to the backhand and could not beat Nilstorm.
Well, sometimes it's good to put a defenseman up there, especially if you know he's got great hands. McMonagle does. And watch a couple of good moves there. I mean, if he hits the net on that one, I think it's in the back of the net. It was rolling a bit on him.
Here comes Hilden. Off Walks in at speed. Another good stop. So 2 ex-Swedish Hockey League players coming in on the first 2 shots for Bounds, and he stares them both down, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, Hilding would have to go up a lot higher, I think, to score on this shot. He's got to go over the glove of Bounds because Bounds has everything else covered. And I think he made it a bit easy for Bounds in that one.
Longley, no surprise there. Comes in smooth as you like, and again, they try and go blocker side on the left hand of Nilstorp, and Longley is denied. So Bounds and Nilstorp putting on a bit of a clinic in the early stages of this shootout at Viola Arena.
That was a quick blocker save from Nilstorp. I mean, that was a good hard shot from Longley, but Nilstorp was just quicker with his blocker.
Here's Colton Yellowhorn. Swings out wide to the right. Stays on the forehand, tried to go 5-hole, and Bounds shuts it down.
Well, I probably would have done the same thing as him on that one. I probably would have tried 5-hole because there doesn't seem to be any room out there at all, and probably didn't hit the spot that he wanted to. Bounds got the leg down and makes the save.
Here's one of the newcomers, Riley. Riley right up the gut between the hash marks. Riley shoots and misses wide. Again, blocker side on Nilstorp.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They keep trying to go to that blocker side, and Nilstorp keeps saving everything. He's got a quick blocker. I don't know if I'd want to go there. Maybe look like you're going to shoot there and fire one between his legs. Could be a good option.
Vihagger had a shootout goal against Frölunda. He was the hero. Here is Vihagger. Vihagger again. Bounds says, not on my watch.
Oh, Bounds looks like he's not going to give up anything here. I mean, that whole net is covered. I don't see any room to shoot out. His timing coming back is perfect right now, and he's given the shooters no room at all.
He needs some help. Will it come from Haddad? Haddad, good hands, swings out wide to the left, cuts back in between the 2 circles, slows down to a snake-like pace and is easily stopped. I think when you slow down like that, you give the goalie too much time to reset.
Especially a goalie with the quick hands that he has. Watch how quick his glove is there. I mean, he just snags that, and both these goalies right now are making some great saves.
Oberkofler will come in now. Next shooter for Graz. Oberkofler with a little bit more speed. Oh, Bart! He was trying to go over that blocker and blocker down from Boundsy. No room to shoot.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Bounds is just perfect here. I mean, look at that. There's nowhere to shoot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're the opposition,
well, what a moment. The captain, Richardson, can put it away. Richardson comes in. Richardson fakes. Richardson stopped by Nilstorp.
well, it was a nice move from Richardson. Maybe, just maybe, could have went to his backhand there, but the puck was pretty flat. Got a good shot away, but Nilstorp, again, making a great save.
Well, he had the game on his stick there. And now you can use players again if you want. It will be McMonagle.
Well, you switch the rotation now. You go to the 6th shot, so it's a sudden death situation.
So here comes McMonagle. McMonagle in, using more speed than the last time, and he's robbed by the glove hand of Nilstorp. What a stop!
Wow, what a save. That was a great move from McMonagle. You couldn't make a better move than this, and then watch, again, his hands are so fast, Nilstorp, and that's a great save. They could win it here, Kohlberg.
Kohlberg after that magnificent stop from Nilstorp. Kohlberg in, now Kohlberg with speed, and that's a glove stop by Bounds.
Another great save from Bounds, and you're right, it's a glove stop also, and he had to react quickly because he's moving one way. He had to get his glove down. Usually expect a shot to be high, but it's low, and he makes a great save there.
McMonagle again. They feel he's the guy. McMonagle, Deeks, McMonagle goes under the bar. Bar down from McMonagle. 3rd time's the charm.
Well, he has great hands, and you can see why Andrew Lord is using a defenseman like McMonagle on the shootout. And it took probably one of the best moves we've seen in a long time to beat Nilstorp on that play. I mean, that was perfect. He goes up and over the glove, and here comes they have to tie it here.
Hilding has to put it past Bounds. Hilding walks in, stopped by Bounds. Take a bow, Ben Bounds. The extra point goes to the home side. The Cardiff Devils improve to 5 points. They're first in Group H.
What a save from Bounds again, and obviously they had to score to tie in that situation. Watch this move from McMonagle. Goes right, then comes back left and up and over Nilstorp's glove. That's the perfect shot, and that's probably the only way you're going to beat him in the shootout. It's off the post and in too. What a fantastic move, fantastic shot. Nilstorp knows that he did everything right there, but that was just a perfect play from McMonagle, perfect breakaway. And the Devils walk away with the 2 points, well-deserved 2 points, and Bounds was incredible. in the shootout, was giving up very little space on any of those shots, and what a class goalie Bounds is. I mean, that is an incredible effort from him.
Not a goal to be had for Graz99ers. You know what other teams have found out internationally over the last few years? Ben Bounds in those big moments. They called him for a few years in a row. Gold medal Bounds. He had Division 1B and 1A. We know what he did against France in that all-important winner stays up in Košice. And there's another example. We saw it in the playoff final weekend against Belfast. When the chips are down, when something's to be played for, Ben Bounds is as good as anyone in this group.
Oh, he certainly is, and it's surprising that he hasn't had an opportunity to go to a better league. I think what hurts him a little bit is the fact that he's playing in the elite league, and maybe the elite league is not viewed as one of the best leagues in Europe. But still, it doesn't mean there can't be a great goalie coming out of the elite league, and Ben Bounds is, and certainly, the Cardiff Devils want him to stay in Cardiff, obviously, for the next how many years, 5 to 10 years, if they can keep him. But he's a goalie I think really deserves an opportunity at a higher level. But you know what? He's not getting the opportunity, but he's proving himself. He's proving that he can compete against the best goalies in the world.
Big smiles from Ben Bounds, playing for Granny B, no doubt. An emotional week for the Bounds family, but a big win and some incredible saves from the man who, between the pipes here at Viola Arena, has become one of the favorite Devils of all time. Unbelievable scenes. Here's the shots on goal, 31-20. Face-offs again favoring the Devils, 29-26. 19 shot blocks from the 99ers, 10 from Cardiff. It was a fantastic hockey game. And how about this, Paulie? Cardiff, first in Group H, 5 points. Graz have 3 points. Mountfield, 3 points. And Frölunda, 1.
Well, Frölunda, certainly you're going to have to start winning if they want to have any chance of getting through the group. And you have to remember, Cardiff have 2 games left against Frölunda. And those will be 2 big games. I can only imagine the atmosphere for those games.
McMonagle, of course, played for Italy internationally, a Brown NCAA alumni. 1 assist coming into this game in the victory over Mountfield. He's the hero here with the shootout winner. He had 3 chances at the big goalkeeper, Nilstrup, and finally beat him. Not a goal to be had in the shootout from the 99ers. And Fournier, 26-25 again. Richardson with a huge effort on the back end for Cardiff.
Yeah, they played a lot, and especially in that third period, they were on the ice almost every second shift, even more. And well, Andrew Lord knows who the players who produced the big plays for him in the third period and in overtime, and he's certainly going to get his key players out there on the ice, and he did in this game. And it's a great result for the Cardiff Devils. Graz are a top team, and they have some very dangerous forwards, and for long periods the Devils kept their top players even from getting quality chances, even from getting puck possession, and defensively the Devils were very solid.
There's Andrew Lord saluting the Red Army. I'll talk a little bit about that. If you had said to the Belfast Giants, you're going to get 4 out of the 6 possible points at home, would they have taken it? I think so. They might have felt that they should have won in regulation 24 hours ago on the Farnham disallowed goal, but I think still 4 points out of 6 against some of the top. And Belfast, 4 out of 6. I'm talking about Belfast last night, 4 out of 6. I think they would have taken it. Cardiff, if you had said to them you'd get 5 out of 6 points, I think they would have taken it too. They probably feel like it shouldn't have been a power play for Graz in the late stages of the third period, but here you are atop the group. So 4 from 6 for Belfast, 5 from 6 from Cardiff. What a weekend of action for EIHL representation in this, the premier European ice hockey tournament. Let's have a look back at all the highlights from the third period, overtime, and the shootout.
Well, Graz certainly poured it on in the third period, trying to get the tying goal, and the Devils were having a solid period, but Graz were getting a few more opportunities, and they kept coming, and obviously they got that power play goal eventually, but you can see here the Devils, everybody collapsing down, helping out Bounds, and not giving up any shots from that slot area, forcing them to take long shots from the blue line, but sometimes rebounds do come out. And what they did better, Graz, were they were getting to pucks first a little bit more in the offensive zone, and watch Lewis there blocking that shot, getting down on the ice. That's a great block from him. And right there, you know, that's a Fournier gets it. That was a bit too far ahead of in the end of Riley. He just couldn't get a shot away, but there was a smart play from the Devils.
Yeah, Bounce was impressive against him again in this game. Went to the net hard there. Nearly a nice deflection back to Riley, but just too far ahead. Here's the power play late. They had 2 back-to-back power plays. Graz in this one. They make Bounds and company pay. It's Hamilton's second of the game with 3:12 remaining. Power play goal, 1 for 4 on the power play. Alexia and Oberkofler assists on Hamilton's second of the game.
Well, again, you know, if you look at that play, I mentioned that they switched up their power play, went low instead of high, and that just squeaks between the arm and the body of Bounds. You can see he was disappointed he couldn't squeeze that enough to keep it out of the back of the net. It was a good play from Graz.
Here's the only goal separating the teams in the shootout, and McMonagle on the 3rd time puts it far down on a big goal score.
This is a great move, and that's the only way you're going to score on this goal. I mean, he was stopping everything, not giving up any space at all. His hands are so quick; it's tough to beat him up top. But that shot was fantastic.
And Hilding had to score, could not, and that's what it means to Ben Bounds and the Cardiff Devils. They get the extra point. 2 points on the night, 5 points in the group. We talked about Belfast with their first 4 points in their Champions Hockey League debut. What 4 days. What incredible history for the Elite Ice Hockey League.
Yeah, I mean, 2 great results. And, I mean, if you look at all the 4 games, I mean, great results from the Devils and the Giants. And, you know, it's not that surprising to me because if you think about it, they have
unbelievable finish
great
there,
lineups.
top in the table. You got to be one happy man.
Yeah, I thought we played great tonight. The first 2 periods was unbelievable. Unfortunately, we didn't put the game away. We missed chance after chance, but I mean, I loved the effort, the intensity all weekend, and then to find a way after. I thought hats off to Graz. They really came out in the 3rd and played great. Boundsy was huge in the shootout, and McMonagle, huge goal, which caps arguably maybe the biggest weekend in our club's history.
And you've got to say, it must have been so disappointing. You're only 3 minutes away from the victory. They equalised, but then Ben Bounds to the rescue.
Yeah, and I like the way we played in overtime. You know, against a really high-end skilled, you know, they got a great top 6. They got 3 or 4 unbelievable D. I like the way we defended in overtime, and it was a fun night.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Big smiles from head coach Andrew Lord, and I talk about the history for both Belfast and Cardiff. He just highlighted it there, maybe the most important weekend in club history in Cardiff.
Yeah, it's certainly a great results, and you know we talk about you have to get some
Ben,
points
as you
at
can hear
home.
from the crowd, you were definitely
from the
the hero
man, Ben
tonight.
Bounds.
How was it in that shootout?
Oh, it's the same as every shootout. Just got to switch off everything else and focus on stopping that puck, and luckily I did today.
And you were simply facing shot after shot after shot, and you were keeping them out, but then that last one in the 3rd period, that must have been a sickener at the time.
Oh, it is, yeah. I think it was a bit of a soft call, but I mean, that happens in a game like that. They're under pressure, refs are under pressure there in those kind of situations, and yeah, an unfortunate bounce just landed on him and squeaked through a gap, and it's in. So, yeah, it's a bit of a backbreaker, but the guy showed so much character, stayed in it, ground through the OT period, and then obviously won the shootout.
And you're top of the table. How does that feel after 2 games in the CHL?
That's pretty awesome. It's the first time at the top of the CHL table, so I'll take it for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
It does sound pretty good. Top of the table, Cardiff Devils a 4-3 win in the shootout over Graz. 5 points, unbelievable stuff. For Paul 80, I'm Aaron Murphy. Thanks for joining us all weekend long. Check freesports.tv. More CHL action to come. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye for now from Cardiff.